Well, it is Deidre Fomhar, the evening of the 15th. And it's been cloudy, and finally the temperatures have plunged, and it is freezing cold outside. The winds are icy cold, like knives, but no precipitation or snow.
Goodness.
And you are at Rodocon's Riverside Grounds.
And before we start, just so I know which teleporter you're talking about, that's the goat head. Where is that?
Level 3 on
Yeah.
the far west side.
So is that number 3, 1, 2?
Let me look at the map.
Level 3, the circled red 3 on the far
Okay,
west.
the 3. Gotcha. That's what I want to know. Perfecto. So, got it.
Tonight, you've left the gates of Zelkor's Ferry, the outer palisade. You've had them open the gates into the chilly darkness. And here on the edge of the riverfront are many fires have been lit to try to keep things warm, for the owner of this place still wants his coin. So there have been fights and betting tonight. Plenty of tables are gambling. You see that the tavern keeper has a big scar and missing one of his eyes, and he just keeps like looking up at you all and scowling and going back to work. Do you order food here, or do you eat your own?
Well, I'll order food for sure.
Yeah, why not?
It's entirely up to Flanagan's discretion, as I am dependent on his. Actually, no, wait. He pays me a salary. Sure, I'll order food.
I'm gonna lean over to Monacan and say, "Do you eat here?"
Yeah.
All right, I'll have whatever you have.
Just make sure it's cooked. And
That's not my job.
5 copper pieces
Okay.
is what it costs just to eat here. And I assume that you would probably return home to rest. You wouldn't sleep here. I don't know.
I don't think so. No.
You may, but things
No.
might be
No, thank you.
The one-eyed tavern keep brings out these huge slabs of meat. They're like full ribs, but they're also different parts of something. Maybe a cow, maybe veal, but whole parts of some animal. And you come out, and what you observe Monacan do with this meat is he checks all of it. He kind of almost tortures the meat to make sure that it's cooked, and then he shrugs and he digs in. It's slathered in a sauce, and you see that a lot of people here are eating meat. It seems that there's barrels of beer that have been brought in from somewhere else, and the beer is cheap and tastes cheap too, but is plentiful. And you see, mostly these are the workers that work along between here and Inchberry. The roads, the bridge, buildings, all the different projects for pay. In particular, those projects by Fangon, who seems to be an investor in the region. And then you see a tiny little man, if he is a man. He has a cowl covering his face and a long, crooked, jagged nose that's miscolored, poking out from under a hood from when you cannot see his face. His little legs dangle off the chair. He's enjoying some of the meat all to himself. And
Is that a child over there?
With a long, crooked nose.
Well, rather than point, why don't you go over there and see if you can introduce yourself and satisfy your curiosity?
I'm not up for it.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, my meat with
Is it me?
gloves.
I'm up for it. And Magnus will certainly walk over and introduce himself.
I trust Magnus's manner of charisms more than I would expect Flanagan to be put upon and to accost a stranger.
Flanagan looks not. He's got these gloves on that he's picking apart the meat with, and it's like he's embarrassed about it.
Mm-hmm.
He's not having a very good time.
Oh.
Magnus, when you
Yeah,
come
we didn't
over
think of
to
that.
this table, and I think if you want also, Algar, you could make a wisdom save if you wanted to see what this meat was. I think there's a chance you would know. But,
All right, I'll take a shot.
and I'll send you a secret message. While you
Keep in
very-
mind, I have a wisdom of 5. That's a -1 or -2.
Minus
Whoa!
one. Minus one.
Holy smokes! A ranger with a wisdom of 5
Yeah, it's really funny.
is funny.
Wait, where did I put my? Okay.
So,
Stats,
anyways,
where did I put
while you do
stats?
that, Magnus, you go over to a table with this little guy here, and I don't know if you've ever seen a person like this. He looks strange. He is very short. His little feet do not touch the ground from where he sits, and he's found something to prop himself up so that he can enjoy what's on the table. He is probably 3.5 feet tall, and his whole face is just like, parts of it is bulbous and grotesque, and parts of it's jagged, and it doesn't line up correctly at all. It's not symmetrical. This is a gnarly looking little dude with a kind of pukish olive colored skin. Barely passes as well, he doesn't look like a human.
Good evening, my friend.
He looks up at you and keeps chewing his food, looks over at the table that you came from, looks back at you, and he's like, I don't want any trouble.
Well, that's good to hear. It's good to be so upfront about it. Where do you hail from?
I'm from these parts.
Oh, anywhere I'd know?
I have a boat. Is that why you
Do
came
you?
to speak to me?
I didn't know you had one until you said it, but it just so happens we may be in need of such a person, depending on your capacity.
He looks over and sees Father Bloombad. I don't think so.
Oh? Well, you haven't even heard our offer yet.
I saw you sitting with those people.
You mean the heroes of Caden's Rest? Yes. Yes, they are my friends.
Yeah, I've heard of them.
Good, so it's all's well then.
I've also heard they're not particularly keen on my kind.
Well, what kind is that?
Fairy folk. Goblin folk.
Ah, I see. Well, if you have a boat and you have the means that we are in need of, perhaps they can be persuaded to be well disposed.
He crosses his arms. You want to not bring, where are you trying to go?
East of here, to near the coast. I have in fact, speaking of fairy folk, I have an appointment to keep at the end of the month. And my friends wish to come with me, of course.
Let me make a, where's my... No horses.
No horses, and you can deliver us where we need to go? I assume you are aware of what I'm speaking of.
No, but it doesn't matter.
Not there, so I'm not saying that.
Well, it depends on how long a journey it is from where you can let us off, I suppose.
I could take you all the way to the coast.
And what's your rate?
Indeed. Let me look at that right now.
That's convenient.
I'll admit, I actually didn't think y'all were going to talk to this guy, or he was going to not talk to you all.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
To go out there, 2,000 gold.
I wasn't
Well-
there to react to that.
That's
Yeah.
a significant amount for no horses, don't you think?
Given the men I'll lose, chance of death, chance of betrayal, I think it's about right.
And how long will you be staying here, good sir?
My ship makes it up and down these waters.
So you'll leave, but you'll be back in time to do this job.
I'll be back.
Well then, when you come back, I ask him, let's see, is it next week is when we have to pull the trigger on this, yeah?
Yeah.
So I ask him if he'll be here in a week's time.
I'll be here next week.
Well then, my friend, I'll give you our answer then.
Unless I find a better offer.
Likewise.
Captain Strong.
Strong. Well, pleasure to meet you, I assure you, and I'm sure I speak on behalf of all my companions, and I'll extend my hand and cast Charm Person on him.
Ooh. Okay.
I have one slot remaining. one hireling slot, that is.
That's
He
a
fails.
That's a definitely useful thing to have a.
Okay, I take his hand in a very friendly, firm grasp, reassuring, and I assure you, friend, there will be no trouble at all. And if we can offer our services in defense of your good ship along the way, of course, I know that we will, and I thank you. It's been a pleasure to meet you.
He hates it when you shake his hand, but he takes it back and shakes his hand off, but he smiles, a wicked, sharp teeth sticking out of his little mouth, and he's like, we could work together. You'll have to leave your weapons with us, with my lieutenants. But if one of my goblins harms you, I'll kill him. I'll use them as troll bait.
You're sure about the weapons now? I mean, it might be very difficult for you to defend yourselves properly otherwise. Wouldn't you agree?
Would be hard to convince my crew to have you on board with your weapons.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe, yeah, that's a good point. Perhaps there's just a place they can be put where your crew doesn't even have to know that we have weapons, but we could get to them quickly if we needed to.
Good plan. We'll keep you in the cabin of the boat.
Well, wonderful. So we'll speak again then in a week, and we'll iron out all the details at that time.
He licks his lips thinking about all the gold. Yes, we'll talk to you then.
Perfect. And I go back, sit with my companions. Well, I'd say that went quite well.
Yeah, that I heard what you said, and yes, that went quite well. I'm gonna have to see if anybody in town can make a good quick release sheath for my spear, so I can keep it hidden on my person, and then just. Oh no, that ain't gonna work.
Well, that was more than I expected to happen at the tavern, but it worked out okay.
Whoops, I lost the sound again. I hate when this
Yeah,
happens.
me too. A regular killboat journey
And
would
it's back.
probably be twice that, but being on a tiny boat full of goblins is not exactly, first class travel either.
Well, maybe we hire a regular keelboat and then convince the goblins to escort us. We can talk about that later.
Yeah.
So, would someone remind me why we are, what the urgency is for this ferry party in a few weeks?
Well, the urgency is simply that it happens and then it's done, and that I was invited and I accepted the invitation.
Oh, all right. Okay.
And then if we don't leave, it just seemed like a nice invitation, and then I accepted.
I suppose. Go ahead.
No, I was to say, it's odd for my personality of my character in my head, who's kind of nearly paladin-like in some ways, not overall. He seems to really appreciate and appreciate the value of him and get along with the sleazier types that we have in our group so far. We had the thief that I really liked a lot, and now Magnus with his manipulation of people through magic. That's great. I think they're great to have in the party.
Only those that richly deserve it, of course.
Yes, of course. I guess I have a
Right,
streak
so
of
this is
practicality.
So this is a party that would be impolite to refuse. Then I suppose, is that the case?
Well,
It's also a
He needs
potential strong ally.
yeah.
Not just for him, but for us.
Yeah, and not and Magnus wouldn't cover up the fact that he's eager for whatever knowledge.
Oh, yeah.
This is something that came to us, if you remember, through that Angeal,
Yeah.
whatever her name is.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think
So she was certainly very helpful to us, and
Right.
I don't know, it seems like a good way to, if we're gonna be here for a bit and try to sink our roots in, it'd be better to be friends with those people than not.
to be clear, out of character, I'm totally into it. Flanagan is like less. He's not so into other dimensional like worlds where shadows disappear and things like that.
Yes,
It hasn't been great for him. It's been complicated.
yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
I agree, but I feel like that's even, and so from Magnus's perspective, that's even more of a reason to befriend as many fairies as possible.
True. Yeah. Yeah. I understand that. Keep your
Alright.
enemies close or whatever. I don't know if they're
Cool.
enemies, whatever, but
If there's nothing else here in the tavern, shall we get down to business?
All right.
Nobody else that looks like because this doesn't strike me as the type of place adventurers go. This is more of a locals and sleazes, present company accepted, hangout.
Yeah, I would say that you have an eye for adventurers. You have worked along enough of them, and there was a time when this was a hot spot for adventurers. They would come to Zelkor's Ferry frequently, every single week, via killboat. And those days are gone now. And so, no, you don't see anybody that would fit that description.
Just a thought before we head off is just maybe we should all just check our gear. If we're going through a teleporter, who knows what we're going to encounter? If there's stuff that we've like deleted or used up previously, maybe this is a good time just to refresh like torches and all that kind of stuff to make sure we're not going to be trapped somewhere without the stuff we need to.
I think that's very sensible. Here's my
Yeah.
current loadout.
I gotta
Toss
check
it onto
my
the
loadout.
adventure queue. Let me get a couple a little more rations.
Yeah, I'm gonna
You
load
can-
up a little bit more rations.
You can get
Yeah,
them at
that-
standard price from the book from Rasmus tomorrow morning.
Okay.
I've got rope. I've got blanket. I've got the old kit from Dalton.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly toting a arsenal of mining equipment, but I feel like I'm good for the basics.
Yeah, I'm going to buy a blanket too. I don't have a blanket in my backpack. Watch, that's going to be useful. I'm going to use a blanket this session.
Yes, I think I will. I am going to cast Continual Light on my holy symbol.
Ooh,
Ooh.
cool.
Smart man.
How far does it
Also-
reach?
So
No, what?
extremely classy.
Most of the
How far will
people
it
here in the tavern, I mean, well, maybe you do that. I don't know. Do you do that the day before? It's sunny day, so like you have like your holy day this day, and then this is the evening. So maybe you did it during the day, or maybe you'll get up in the middle of the night and do it. That seems kind of symbolic. Or maybe you do it in the morning. When would you do that?
Gosh.
Uh-oh.
It was a range of 20 feet, and I'd
100
probably do it in the middle of the night.
120 feet, my friend.
Wow.
It's a 20-foot light radius. It's 120-foot range.
I
to
thought she was
cast.
gonna
No,
play
no,
us
no.
one of the senior graduation videos that they usually do. And
I'm
she said,
looking
"Yes,
at-
we're gonna be seniors."
I'm looking at the light extends to a radius of 120 feet.
Bright as daylight. That is wacky.
It
But
is
also,
bright as sunlight.
I don't
Sorry,
know.
my son was giving me information I didn't know. Mariah Carey's fantasy video was actually filmed completely over here at Playland. The entire video is her riding all the rides and stuff in Playland. So he showed it to me. He just discovered it.
good for him.
Yeah. Page 57 on Swords and Wizardry is what I'm looking at.
Well, either way, the dead of night comes at midnight, and you introduce the sun as if the sun shines brightly in the peninsula of Caden's Rest, right in the middle of the night. Everyone's awed. It only reinforces the sentiments of people in the peninsula and the fear of people outside of it.
Okay.
Excellent.
All right.
Excellent.
Okay, so the night passes. The dawn comes over top of this the chapel of Sir Galahad next morning. Do you take the usual route? Is that the plan?
Yes.
All right, no problem. Let me make some.
Who's the caller? Are you the caller, Chris?
Yes.
I am this time around.
What? Who is now?
I should be, I think. That's what it said last week.
Oh, I have you
Yeah.
as next week.
No, it was definitely this week because I that's why I was trying to gear us toward the dungeon. Okay, I don't care.
Yeah.
Same
Either
thing
way.
one way or the other.
Either way.
The reason I have that is
Because it makes actually more sense. Meaning, I thought it was this week for me, but it actually, if you want to look at it, the next week is the mission that you care about the most.
yeah, that's
That's
true.
true.
Would you like to do
Yeah,
that?
let's go
makes
ahead and
sense.
switch off.
Yeah.
It's fine with me.
Yeah, and the reason I do that is because I have like Roll20, and what I do is when you kind of finish your duty, I kind of cycle you down to the bottom. Actually, I haven't done that Algar, but here you go. I'll put him below Father Bloombad now, and I just cycle him. That's what I
Right,
do, so.
okay.
But I could be wrong too. I could have just missed it. Let me see here. Let's get this far.
Yeah, it's funny because
Actually, you
when
would've
we were
made
talking
it.
about doing the ferries, I was like, oh man, I don't want to. I want to do the dungeon for being the caller instead of the ferries. So I was bummed that the ferries was going to be this week, and then I found out we had a week. So I said, oh cool.
Maybe we talked about that and I forgot or something.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but anyway.
Yeah, because I do remember thinking, oh bummer, the ferries is next week, and I'm the caller. I don't want to be the caller for the ferries.
You make it to the bridge where Fangon's men, two of them, gather just mere copper pennies from people. But today, there's someone begging to cross the bridge. Please, I have to make it back across. I was just trying to find some goods at market, but I don't have my coin bag. And they're like, not our problem. You'll
How
not be
much is it
crossing the
again?
bridge. It's just
How
like,
much is it?
yeah, it's like 5 copper pennies or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm just checking because I don't carry a lot of coin on me. I give the guy a silver, and I tell him, no worries. This happens every once in a while to all of us. Just remember, next time you see somebody who has trouble, you help them out.
He
I looked at Alaric and I'm like, Alaric, you
Lost
must.
the sound again. Coming back as soon as I click it,
Alaric, reconsider this.
and I'm back.
It's important to incentivize people to put in a good day's work. Do not offer a handout. Offer them work and a good wage. This is the way to prosperity and good dealings, says Algar with his incredibly Protestant work ethic.
All right.
Listen, man. I say to the beggar, if you want a job and you want if you want to make a good living, you can come work for the Hounds of the Pine if you wish. They're more generous than these folks. And I stare at the two at the gate.
I misunderstood. But before the sound cut out, I thought he was saying that he was trying to cross over. That's all he was doing.
Oh yeah, that is all he was doing. Algar is just being ridiculous.
Okay,
Yeah,
just
no,
check.
I'm going for it anyways. That's what I said.
No,
Yeah, I didn't hear that he was looking for work. I just heard that he couldn't get.
No, you called him. We called him a beggar, and then offered him a job.
Yeah, now he's being.
He might have a harder time offering the job because I already gave him the silver.
Alaric, how much money did you give him?
I gave him a silver.
1 silver penny. Okay, you give him the silver penny, and he looks at you, and he's like, "Thank you. I would like that very much. In fact, and let's see here. That is 5 miles, so he'll make a 10-mile journey a day, 5 miles one way each day to come and work.
Wow.
Well,
what work do you have?
Well,
Algar starts listing off this massive list of insane things to do. They're all very practical. It's just the quantity is unreasonable. He wants to redo the roof. He wants to finish polishing all the weapons. He wants to find a competent new blacksmith to manage some of the maintenance of the weapons. He wants to redo some of the doors. He wants to find someone to build new door frames entirely. He just goes on and on like this for at least a minute.
I could try to do some carpentry. I'll be there first thing in the morning tomorrow.
See.
Can't we hold on? Allow me to interrupt my young companions briefly. You propose to have this man walk 10 miles a day to do this work? Surely a barracks cot could be found for him.
Of course, you're welcome. You got a place to stay if you need it, friend.
Of course.
Oh, thank you. What's
your name?
My name is Neagus.
Neagus.
Pleased to meet you, Neagus. I'm Alaric.
What do you got? What do you got going on today, friend?
Oh, I'm just trying to get back to my family in Inchbury.
Oh, you got family. All right. Well, you tell them that you got set up with something fine in Caden's Rest.
This is excellent. He's excited. He gives them the silver penny and smiles at the guards. The guards are just kind of like grimacing at all of this. They've been basically told off, showed up, and everything else, But
I'll take a second and step over to the guards and say,
Cardinal, as usual.
Who is Sir? I know we never did get his name. I think last week.
Fingon?
Ross, what was his? No. The
the
reeve here or whatever.
Sure, yeah, he's the bailiff that was hired. Frere Braylon.
Wait, say that again.
Freyher Braylon. It's FREIHERRBRELIN.
Freyher Braylon. Okay. How is Sir Freyher doing today?
Absolute sour mood.
Oh, well, you just tell him that Magnus stopped by and told you to tell him that everything looks like it's going wonderfully here, and that I said you were doing a wonderful job as well, and to keep up his courage.
They look at you just like, who is this guy? Like, all right.
I promise you, he will look on you kindly if you deliver this message to him.
Yeah, right. Are you going to pay the toll then?
Yes, of course. Here you are, and I'll give him a silver as well.
All right.
Yeah, I'll give him my silver.
Yeah, you can pass then. All right.
Yep. I give him the silver.
And I think that is it. You have no more trouble. You get out to the edge of this forest, the strange forest that has the tentacle bulbous like roots and stuff, and the sounds of the goings on of city stop, and you make it past where you burn down part of the forest and see that area in, and it is well, first of all, right here, if you're doing the same thing, your SOP, if you will, you have your ostlers watch your horses, your 3 mercenaries, and then you make it just at about dark. Darkness falls just as you make it to the entrance. Now, this is one of those times it's very interesting. Let's see here. Can someone please tell me how to get where you're going? This one gets kind of interesting.
Should I do it?
Sure.
Okay. So down through the entrance, we'll head directly to level 3. So we're gonna go straight south through the door with the big star on it. And then that's funny. And then we're gonna go, after we go south from the main entrance, we're gonna go east, way down a hall about 70 or 80 feet, where there's a T intersection with a pit trap from the very first session. And we're gonna go south from there about 70 or 80 feet again, and then west 70 or 80 feet. Then back to the north about 30 feet, and then west 50 feet, south 50 or 60 feet, past the barracks, the empty barracks. East 50 feet, south into the room with the emerald flames and the snake that we killed with the pillars, through the secret door where we crawl underneath. We look for leeches on the ceiling.
We always say that.
Yeah, how to do it. We come out from underneath this giant skeleton statue with hands resting on wolves, and then we go down a long flight of stairs to the level of pestilence. And there we enter a ovoid room that had like a defaced murals, etc. on it. We go south from there, and then we head west. I don't think there are traps. There were traps, pressure plates to the east, but not to the west, I hope. I wonder actually if we should check that, because if you look at the map, I don't know if we ever
Went that way?
went that way.
Yeah, we should check it just in case. Let's play that area of the ground. I think we should watch the same way we were, might be the same things.
If that is the case, then
We'll go slow on that part.
I will start you at the entrance here, and you can certainly navigate your way there. Let me just make sure that I have Algar. Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure I have that, and I have Rollo.
Rollo, yes, he's there. I got his sheet out.
So give me a moment just to
cool.
describe this. There is a large staircase leading down. It is, I think this should show, about 10 feet wide. I should say it goes down, feels as if it goes down a while. As soon as you come down, this bright light, and let me give Father Bloombad this light as well. Heretic, did you, is that right? I mean, it's your ability, so I want 120 feet. Let's say radius.
Yeah, that's what the rules say.
Very well, there you go. You got 120 feet now of bright light coming from your holy symbol. You can see that there are a bunch of wooden chairs and furniture broken and scattered in here in pieces. Old furniture. You can see also Among them, the dark, dried, it almost looks like black paint, indicating old blood stains. And when you come down here, you have a door here that is open. Over top of it, it reads healing and recovery. Insects scatter everywhere as soon as your light passes the ground here. To the south, another door that is open. It says over top of it, forbidden. Something small is scrawled next to the words.
By the way, to the south, and then I got scrolled next to the words. I'm having this weird problem again, so every once in a while I'll raise my hand. That just means I'm flicking the sound off and then back on to get it.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No idea what causes that.
You sound great as far as you transmitting, so
Yeah, because that's two different devices.
Sure.
One's the headset, and the other one's the microphone.
Yeah.
I don't know why it does this.
Software do be rickety. Can you mentioned that there's something scrawled near the words. Can I take a closer look at that?
Sure, you walk over there, you take a look, and with Father Bloombad's holy symbol, the whole place is perfectly lit. You can see next to where it says forbidden, scrawled in small print, it says, until now.
Ooh. What language? And that's in it's in our language?
Yes, it is in Woldish.
We're not the first people to be down here.
What was the until now scrolled underneath?
A place of rest and healing.
No.
Until now.
Down here it says forbidden, and next to it it says until now.
Until now.
Which way do you all go?
I believe we said we were going to go south, and then before we turn to our right, which is to the left side of the screen, we are going to have the thieves check for secret traps.
All right.
You know, tricky floors, that type of thing.
Right.
So, you could just make it take longer if you want.
Yeah. For at least this bottom part of the trail before we head up north.
Okay. In that case, they do that. They let me check some things here. They do not see anything, but they go ahead and they do their thiefy job of checking ahead. You make it about this far, and about 10 minutes has passed since you've come down here. Do you keep going, and do you have the thieves check, keep checking?
What do you guys think? I wanted to definitely check the south as Flanagan mentioned because of the symmetry of it. Do we want to keep checking along the ways, or do anybody think we've gone this way before?
I think we must have gone. Well, we've seen a door up around the next corner.
Yeah,
but,
so we did. Yes, that's right. We've seen the door, so we have gone in this passageway. We just weren't sure if we had connected all the way along here. So yeah, I think we should go normal now.
Okay.
Okay, going normal. All right. So, let's see. You travel for about 30 feet to this corner. You can see that along the halls and places are old sconces. Some of them shattered. They could hold torches. There are none in them now. Portions of the walls and places have fallen out. There's this old kind of, bedding of insects and spider webbing that is the sort that if it's just touched, it disintegrates from age. It's sort of petrified. You see a door here that is closed to your right.
So we skip in the door?
Do you guys want to check things on the way, or just go straight there? We're not going to go out of our way, but do you want to check the doors on the way, or do you want to go straight? What's the feeling on the consensus here?
I have no opinion.
Okay.
We haven't checked these doors. I propose we check them.
Okay, that's one person. Anybody else says yes, we'll do it. Anybody else?
Yes.
Okay, good. Let's check the door. I'll do the first door check. I'll do the first door opening first. We'll have the thieves check the door.
All right, you have them spend the time to check the door for traps?
Yeah, I'll cross to the other side to keep an eye on the path. like poking my head to make sure there's nothing coming at us while he's doing that.
And I'll be right next to the door. Same old Alaric Flanagan tactics.
Which thief checks the door?
Why don't we give old Rolo some practice?
All right. He checks the door for a while, and he looks at you, and he's like, and he says in Fjornjarter, he says, no, none. Maybe he says that in broken Woldish, actually.
Yeah, I understand the fear.
Yeah, he's probably learned a bit by now.
Mm-hmm.
Forced to live among you all. Oh, sorry, go ahead. All right.
All right, so then I will, alongside Flanagan, be ready to go in, but I'll do the doorknob turning on this one and open the door, see what we see.
You open the door. I'm there with a shield and spear,
Yep.
watching.
This old wooden door with rusted iron banding. It's heavy. You push it open inward. You see a room where it looks like wooden flooring has been brought in sometime in the past.
Wooden flooring.
From where you are, I don't think there's anything else that you could see.
I'll ask Father Bloombag to come closer so you can illuminate the room a little bit before we try to step in. All right. Interesting. That apparently looks like cobwebs and stuff, not like heavy-duty spider webs, right?
I'm also going to give Father Bloombad over so everybody can see his light. I'm going to do none and all. This way everybody can see Father Bloombad's light. Should be. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so Father Bloombad, you come over and you shine your holy symbol on this place, and it is now perfectly lit, and you can see inside a storeroom. It looks like whatever purpose this place once had, it's since become a dump, and there are broken wood pieces, ripped burlap sacks, shattered barrels, broken earthenware. It looks like over time a bunch of stuff has been dragged in here, and it's just a dump.
Usually dumps result in one of two things. We find something that was overlooked, or we find rot grubs that bury into our skill and kill us. Or green slime that falls from the roof. Speaking of which, I look up toward the roof.
Yeah, you look up at the roof, and it looks perfectly clean and mostly intact. Where it is not intact, it doesn't look like it's losing its integrity.
What do you think, Father Bloombad? Do you want to examine this room, or like actually do a search in it, or just see that it's an empty storage thing and move forward? There might be something in there, there might not.
It does not appear to be anything in there.
Well, we'd have to poke through things like all the
Yeah.
boxes and the drawers and stuff like that.
Yeah, we should be careful that we don't fall through the floor.
I'll carefully step forward and just test the first planks for kicks.
It
One
I'm
foot
ready to.
creaks.
Since he's doing it before we prepare it, I'm ready to grab him if he starts.
However, apart from that, you rest your weight on some of the wood, and while it kind of cracks under your weight, in the sense of like wood, how
Like my den.
You can, yeah, or like this room in here right now. You can feel that it feels different than the sturdy stone, the cold stone, but you can also sense that it's not really it's also just laying atop something.
Okay.
So yeah, there. You don't get any sense so far that there's that the floor might give out on you or something.
Okay. Well, I'm happy just letting this be, unless you all want to spend time.
I am as well. If nobody has a particular driving interest, I'd say let's move on to the next thing.
There's a tendency for disease-ridden creatures to be wandering around these halls, so the less time we spend.
Oh, good idea.
hanging out.
I didn't know that. Let's keep moving then. I vote for it.
Okay.
All right, so we'll now keep in mind that this was a storeroom. If we ever find ourselves doing further exploration on this God's Forsaken level, we'll investigate it at that point.
All right.
Works for me.
The next thing of interest that you come to is, now this shows red here, but of course it is not. It looks like old dried black paint. However, you know it well to be old, settled in, completely dried blood stains, and a lot of it. But it leads off to the right. This blood does. And then there's a door that is closed to the left, and the corridor continues ahead.
Okay, that would be area number 2 there, and there's some kind of marking there. Okay.
The other one we haven't been
So
in.
this door on the left we haven't checked, so in the interest of checking doors like we were saying before, we will have this time Minakin do the old door check, and then we'll set up to open it and check what's in there.
Okay.
If Minakin's okay with that.
Yeah.
Oops, you must have gone quiet again, sorry.
No, he's always quiet, but
And I'm back.
he reacts like a professional.
All right, yeah, you all go up, well, Minakin goes up to the door, he checks it, he nods toward Magnus.
Okay. And I'll be the one to open it this time.
All right. Open this door. And when you look inside, you see clearly a kitchen. An old, long, cold fireplace. A sturdy wooden table that has also stood the test of time. Iron cooking implements hanging on the walls. A rusted carving knife lays on the floor next to a large blackish red stain. It looks like somebody has probably died here based on the black paint-like mark on the floor. You see no body.
Do I see any bodies in cocoons hanging above?
Yeah, you look around on the ceiling, and no, the ceiling here is a little bit lower. It's about like 8 feet up, and the ceiling looks intact, and you don't see anything hanging or anything like that.
All right, based on looking like a kitchen, not likely anything is secreted in there, and we didn't search the one that looks like a generic storeroom, so I think we should just keep moving on unless somebody has a feeling for the kitchen.
Of note, from where you are, I should also point this out, you see some things over here, especially in Father Bloombad's light. This is a middens, and
Oh, yes.
there are all
Isn't that
sorts
cool?
of bugs crawling in and out of this place, and there's a body that's bloated and swarmed with insects that is less of a body and more simply a colony of insects at this point. And there are 3 doors open here. Just on the edge of the light, you can see a bed here behind this door and a bed behind this door.
How many people have seen a toilet in a dungeon before? I mean, really, this is pretty impressive. I'm impressed.
Important place.
Well, I did note on the map that the latrine was unsearched. We decided to leave it unsearched, so it is remaining as a very attractive site
very much unsearched place.
for further investigation. Note that Ross called attention to it. You know why? Level 4's down that toilet.
Yeah, watch. Level 4's down the toilet. God damn it.
Oh, I hope not.
Down the toilet.
Too
No.
silly. Too gross.
Too silly, too gross. All right, let's go through that. Flanagan's like, well, I guess it's time to test our luck going through that
Random teleporter.
thing, yeah?
Well, we'll find out if it's random. I don't know because I've never been there before, so you'll know if we go to the same place. That won't prove it's not random, but it'll give us a clue.
All right, if that's the case, I'll move you to the next point of interest. You see these things no longer hardly resemble bodies. This also is just a giant swarming, rotted, just more smears at this point, as the insects have picked it clean and warred among their colonies and moved on to consume anything else they could find. So these are just sort of old dried smears that lay along here, but you can tell that there are a lot of nasty dead bodies that used to be here.
Maybe.
Including in the fireplace, There's also a boss relief carving on the wall depicting a fat, leering face with goat horns. Right over here.
Okay.
Maybe next time we come here, we come with extra oil, splash it on this stuff, light it on fire before we go to the teleporter, just so we can remove like all the bugs. I hate bugs.
Yeah, get rid of the disease.
Mm-hmm. So is this the place? The goat thing you're talking about?
Yeah. So what's going to be our process here? Do we all try to touch it at once? So if there's
What happens when you touch it?
Well, this led into a room that had, I already erased with I think metal plates with arrows.
Yeah.
On it. Some other complicated room.
Yeah, I see the note on it. Yeah.
So I guess I don't know. Like I kind of feel like with this, the teleporters, best to all jump in. I mean, and just go for it, right?
Right. Why don't we try holding one hand like a big elephant chain when the first person activates it, in case it can take everybody, or if not, then we'll immediately in succession.
That's a fun test. Let's do it.
So I have no idea if it's by contact or by person. All right. Count as one big person if we're touching.
Ross is flipping madly through the book because we're going to be teleported to like the last.
Yeah, well, this is why I'm hoping that we all go in the same place, because I don't know if this is a random teleporter or it teleports us to the same room. And the only way to find out is to send, if we don't go all together, is to send the one person, wait a few minutes and have them come back. And if they don't come back, well, we know there's trouble ahead. So that's what we're going to do. The first person who does it, and I'm up on first, I guess, this time. Oh, wait, but I won't recognize if it's the same place. Somebody who's been here before.
The problem with that is if we wait 2 minutes and there's something on the others, there's a ogre on the other side, then that person's fighting an ogre for 2 minutes. I think we have to all go through.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Well, let's put it this way. Maybe we send the person who would be able to recognize it right away if they're a fighter type, and then I would go, and then maybe another person would go.
Sure, I'll go first.
Right, and then if we find that it's the same place, we can if we all three end up in the same place, then the last person in can go back out and say it's clear, and then the rest can come in. Because if we're doing one at a time, it's not like splitting the party. We have no choice. We have to go one at a time. This way, at least, if we find out you go in and you're alone, I go in and I'm alone, we should try to... I don't know what the hell we should try to do.
Get back immediately?
Yeah, how do we do that? Well, well, I guess it'll be a big headache for Ross, so I don't think that's the way it's designed. Because that would really suck if every party that went in different directions individually. That would really be a horrible module to run. So that's meta knowledge. So I think we should be fine. I think it's fine. I think we'll all go in together. So yeah, you go in, I'll follow, and then we'll just keep following. I'm sure that there's no way they set this up so if you go in through this door, you're all going to go in different places, one at a time.
Yeah, that would be pretty deranged.
That would be not only that, it would be how do you DM something like that. So yeah,
not just how would you DM it. Why would anyone build it that way?
Yeah.
Right.
All right. So let's just go one at a time in, and since we're all going in anyway, I'll go first. It's my turn. It doesn't matter if I know where we're going to end up, because the next guy who comes in can tell me if we're in the same place as before. So I do whatever he says I got to do with this goat head.
So you all enter this room. What do you all do?
All right, we're in the room. Yay, we're in the same room. That means it hasn't changed randomly.
No. I mean, you're in this room with the dead bodies. What's your first?
I go touch the thing.
Okay.
But before he touches it, we're all going to hold hands just in case we can all go together in one touch.
Yeah, okay. We all hold hands and I touch the thing.
All right. I'll keep you all as a clump right now because something happens. So you're right here. You're holding hands. Flanagan, you get about this close, and all of a sudden you hear this almost kind of metallic, like thrum, and it's like, and you find yourself like struggling to get closer to the goat's head. What is your strength score?
14.
As try as you might, you maybe get about halfway, and you find yourself sliding back across the floor, unable to make it to the goat's head. Something is repelling you.
Is this new, guys?
Yeah. I think so. I'm being pushed back.
Let me give it a try. Father Bloombad will move forward.
What's your strength score?
Oh. I'm just an 8.
Ah, you also push and you can't seem to make it, and it pushes you back.
I swear we went through this before.
Well, I'm
can we-
going to try just to see if, because they look like they're having trouble because of strength and pushing. I'm going to try, since I'm pretty strong, I'm going to try first on my own to, I'm not going to actually touch anything. I'm just going to test the repelling force. Can I make it further than they do?
All right, what's yours?
I don't remember. Let's see, it's like a 17, but I'm not sure. It might be 16, 15, I don't know. It could be anything, obviously, I don't remember. It's a 14. It's not even that. Never mind, it's the same as the other guy.
You get pushed back.
I get,
yeah.
oh boy.
Can we try going
maybe
from
somebody
around the
doesn't have
wall?
armor on.
Oh, go ahead.
Maybe it has something to do with magnetics. Maybe somebody isn't wearing metal armor.
Yeah, let's see Magnus try it again. Don't try to teleport in alone, just try to get close to it.
Yes, I will try.
What's your strength score?
14.
All right, you
Seems
push and
very
push,
popular strength in this group.
but it repulses you. You seem unable to get close.
Can I try going up against the wall? Like maybe the repulsion is straight out. What if I go up to the north and then along the wall this way?
So you start going along the wall. You find that using the wall, you find a sconce here. You're able to hold on to it.
I don't hear anything.
can-
Simon, it went silent.
You can
Sorry.
take the sconce.
Last I heard
and-
is Magnus was going to try it.
You can take the sconce and push yourself closer to it. So that brings you a little bit closer. But you find the force here is pretty omnidirectional. It is trying to push you away. You
Okay.
think you can almost grab hold of the fireplace to get to it. If you,
And is it possible to have more than one person, like... No, actually, that wouldn't apply force differently. Never mind.
Is there anything on the fireplace that we could tie a rope to pull ourselves up?
yeah, you see
something?
some things that you could probably attach a rope to.
Okay.
There's
Who's the strongest here, by the way? In case that hasn't been talked about, because I didn't hear a little while ago.
I thought it was you.
Yeah, I'm tied for strongest.
Well,
Overall, 14. Got 3 people with 14, at least.
So there's something we can tie a rope to?
yeah, there's a separation between the grate, the fireplace, and the stone. You think if you could just get a rope in there, you could probably tie it to it.
Okay. Well, what if one of us helps the other? We can just get a rope around that, and then maybe that'll help us. We can crawl on the wall somehow.
Okay, yeah, you could do that. So Flanagan, with someone helping you, use the sconce. You use their hand. You pull yourself and reach and grab hold of the grate, and with tremendous force, you push in the rope, and and let it go just so you have 2 ends of it, and you slide back the 2 ends of the rope, and you tie it off and put a knot on it, and now you have a rope going up to it.
Nice.
Well, I mean, I might as well give it a try.
And we'll try to, stay with you as you do it.
I'll tie knots in it as I can too, so there's something to hold on to.
Yeah.
So I'll basically climb this rope up towards along the ground.
Yeah, by using knots and things, it takes some time, and you have to maybe take breaks, but you're basically just taut on this rope, just like forced and pushed against it. But you can connect yourself to the knots in the rope, and you're there.
Well, shit. Should I go through? I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I don't think we can hold on to each other while we're holding on to the rope
No.
to pull ourselves, unfortunately. But can we all get on the rope and just and one arm hold it and then try to do a hand on each other's shoulders, or is that we're gonna need to hold on to the rope? If you only use one hand, do you get flung back?
I'm assuming the best, like maybe you actually connect yourself to the rope, and it's using knots, and you got like a Prusix or something, and you're slowly going up these knots, and take your time, and so because you could figure it out, right? Like we don't need to figure it out right now. I trust in your all's intellect to work all that out. So yeah, right? Like you can connect yourself to the rope in such a way that you wouldn't get thrown back. Right? I don't know. That's my thinking is is somehow
Yeah.
connecting yourself to the rope.
Yeah, because I'm not saying that we need to be touching, but I just figure if there's a possibility that it goes to different rooms every other try, I'd rather be all going to the same room the first try.
Quick check, if you may. When I zoned out a bit when this was tested, but when people with different strengths are having different levels, how close are they getting? Are they getting equally close, or are they having the same level of difficulty as they approach it?
It does seem like everyone's having about the same level of difficulty.
Even the 8 strength versus the 14?
No, people that are weaker have a harder time, yeah.
What if we take some of our strong people and we have them work together in some way? Like, maybe... okay. What I would say is... Alaric, you've got the golden spear, right?
Yep.
How about I push from behind on the butt of the spear, and you... while you are holding onto it, and you are pushing forward with your strength as well.
Yeah.
Does that make sense to you?
I don't...
Yeah, I think
I have
Ross
no
said
idea if that's how physics works, but if it does work that way, I'll try that. I don't have any clue.
I thought Ross said we can figure it out. Like,
yeah. I thought he said on the rope we can get up the rope.
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
I
let's
mean,
just do it.
like if I were, my thought, if I were doing it in real life right now, because like you're taking time right now. I'm about to mark off some time, right, passing.
Yeah.
And in real life, I would use a crucifix, and I would use like an ascending knot, and I would have it to where it tugs on it, and then I would slide it up, and so I would use the rope instead of me, right? Like, because if you're climbing a rope, you use the rope, not your arms, right? All that kind of stuff. Which is interesting because Flanagan's probably like this, like almost like in a wind tunnel, you know, but like with the rope just taut, you know.
And you know what could be cool is actually if it was two ropes, I could be up there because I have all that strength, and then you put someone on who's got 8 strength and can't do it, and see what happens if I let go and they're holding on and I go whoa, and they get flung up. I don't know. We could use stronger people to do the climb, and then it's like a pulley that jerks up the other person. I don't know.
Yeah,
but
sure.
whatever. I mean, if we can do it, let's just say we do it.
Yeah, and but anyways, you're correct, Richard. Like, sure, you use things to help push people, etc.
Okay, cool.
So, but I guess my thing is like, do you go? First of all, what are you trying to do? Are you going to go try to touch the goat face, or are you trying to?
Does anybody remember what you got to do?
I'm going to touch the goat face.
All right. Okay. And I'll be touching Flanagan, and hopefully somebody's giving me a friendly touch.
Oh, so
we might as well all
so
be
you're all
touching
trying
each
to
other.
touch each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Who's the last in this line?
Someone who's strong, in case.
Yeah, I would have a strong person like
I'm strong.
13, 14. Okay.
All right, Magnus. You see Flanagan like push his hand and touch this thing, and all of a sudden, he shatters and turns to ash.
Whoa!
And then like the second person shatters and turns to ash, and then all of a sudden, like this repelling force is still going on, but there's some other force that sucks up the ashes and sucks it into the fireplace. And this keeps happening. Now, Magnus, you said you were touching the person, right?
Yes.
Okay. This keeps happening in front of you, and people are exploding into ash and getting sucked up into this fireplace.
What do you do?
Well, it's too late because you said you touched him, so everybody explodes. I just wanted to know what Magnus.
Hopefully, we're going through a flu thing and not.
Let's find out what happened.
There is some stress.
Yeah. There is stress.
Oh my god.
That's awesome. Cool.
So roll 3d6 and okay, roll another 3d6. Why would
Okay. Let's see here.
The DM of mine actually did that to somebody.
Oh, what a dick move. Funny though.
Yeah,
You
he
all,
goes full damage roll.
You see, like, so Flanagan, you just come walking out. Do you have a torch?
No. Pitch black.
Yeah, it's pitch black in here, and then like more people come out behind you. You hear this noise as like this It just sounds like a dust devil, just, and then like people appear, and
They lead me to black.
and you turn around, and Magnus is the last person. You know, first Father Bloombad comes out. He's got his light. Let me actually give Father Bloombad. I don't think I gave you the light here. Let me do that. Bright light. Okay. There we go. In the you turn around, all of you turn around, and you see this device. Okay. Let me move you all so you can see this one. There's this ring type device here, and it has a notch on it. And it's like a sundial, and the sundial is pointing in this direction. And you see just flying out of it like a dust devil, just like this ash, and then it just reforms into Magnus and all his stuff.
Okay.
You also see that this place is filled with spider webs. You, Father Bloombad, without even needing to cast a spell, you get the sense that some unspeakable evil has been done in this place. There is something wrong even with this teleportation. This is not natural. It is beyond just touching the other in its use of magic. The stones of the walls are securely mortared into place in dark stone. When you take a closer look, you can see they've been painted black. You can even see places where they've chipped and peeled. The black flakes are all over the floor. It has two of these massive iron discs. The one that you saw Magnus rematerialize from, it has a set in it, this vertical kind of metal slice that's pointing up this way like a sundial, and a mechanism that looks where it can rotate. This one has let's see, this one has four. It has four of those vertical sundial things that you can move. There's a smaller one, and that smaller one is currently pointing this way.
So there's 4 long and 1 small, and is that the same on the northern one? 1 large and 1 small, or?
Yeah, and the one on the northern one, both of them are pointing this way.
Okay, all right. So that's a select. Find your path. I hope.
You mean
It's possible.
so? Do the 4 big ones? Do the 4 ones? Do they move, or is it just the small one that rotates around?
Yeah, you can see that there's a disc in this iron thing, right? Yeah. And the small one is adjoined to that iron disc, and it looks like it rotates on as a.
Yeah,
platform.
I never would have said that thing about select a path if I didn't know this was a teleporter thing, because I wouldn't have thought this is a.
So you're saying that the small one rotates, but the big ones don't?
Right.
Okay.
Can
cool.
we rotate the small one? Well, let's do well, let's not mess around with the return path, hopefully. The small one on the bottom one, I'm proposing this to the group, not doing it. Can we try to rotate it so it goes off one of those 4 to see if it allows it to be moved anywhere, or if it just only goes on those paths?
I'm game.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll try to rotate it to see if it goes to one to the westmost one that doesn't have a marker, one of those 4 markers. You know what I'm saying? On the map, there's marker on the east, southeast, south, southwest. I want to move the little marker to the west.
Real fast. Can I ask a question real fast before we do it? How did you guys get out of this room last time?
We just went back the way we came. It was at the very end of a session, so it was just like, get back. So I don't know if it was that did we just step back into that same northern teleporter, Ross?
Let's test the northern teleporter. See if it can let us get out of here. If we can't, we have a big problem.
If it doesn't,
we had been here before, but
yeah, we don't have a choice either way. So it doesn't matter. It's as good a path to take as any, I guess.
All right. Well, what do you do?
Yeah, you're right.
And what do you do? Specifically, does somebody? You have this set kind of iron.
Is there anything to touch?
thing. I don't know what they even call it, a platform. And then there's this large piece that points this way, and then there's a dark iron platform that's slightly raised in the middle of it, and it has a small piece that's connected to the smaller one in the middle. They look like...
We don't see a mural or anything, right? We don't see a mural on the wall across from it or anything, right?
The first...
Like the goat mural, we don't see any mural on that.
No murals.
Yeah.
Okay, the first thing I think we just want to solve is like that we'd been here before, Ross.
Yeah.
And we got back. Like we saw this room. So I guess in our memory, but we never talked about it then. I think you just described it. You never showed us the room. And then you said we could teleport back. So I guess we do we need to experiment on how to get back, or...
Right, I know what you're saying, but yeah. I actually did describe the room, and I did ask what you do to go to back. But it's not so much... I'm not presenting so much a puzzle. I'm just trying to understand, like, physically in the world. For example, do you touch each other? Does one person go? Do two people go? Do you all go?
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're experimenting on getting back. I guess that's what I was wondering.
Okay. I would say we still maintain the elephant path, and whoever thinks they know what to do to activate it can do that if there is somebody who knows.
I'll hold. How about I hold someone's hand? We are all holding hands again, and I'll stand on the middle of the northern platform that we just stepped off of.
How much do you weigh?
I don't know. What, am I going to break it?
I know how much I weigh.
Like total? I have no idea.
Yeah,
I mean, my weight
with your gear, right? Yeah. So you
like
probably
100,
weigh
200 and 220,
right,
230 pounds or something.
Yeah. Okay. So you get on it. You're holding hands, and you see Flanagan just go, and like all of a sudden turn into a vortex of ash and disappear, and fly away. In this case,
oh God!
See here.
In this case, that's a different case.
Thought that we would have stepped on this to return.
It sounds good to me.
We definitely didn't change anything or move anything.
Who's holding Flanagan's hand?
I was holding behind Flanagan last time. We figured keep the same order.
You see his hand just turn into ash and leave your grip, and Flanagan is gone.
I quickly step on the platform immediately without hesitation.
Nothing happens.
God damn it! I was hoping... Oh, crap.
Let's wait for a minute and see if he comes back.
All right.
That's just what Magnus says.
Okay, then I'll step off of it so we don't occupy the same space at the same moment.
Yeah, so some time passes, actually. So obviously your characters wouldn't know this, but... meanwhile, Flanagan, you reappear here. Your companions aren't here, and you're immediately thrown, 20 feet away from this thing, from its repelling force.
God, good thing there's a rope, otherwise he's screwed.
Thrown across the room.
The rope was a good idea.
Rope is a lucky idea.
I'm just doing what the book says, but that was really clever. Anyways, okay, so yeah, you're alone and you're thrown across the room. I mean, until this
as quickly as possible, I'll try to climb back up to avoid everybody else having the same, being propelled across the room, and I'll try to re-enter.
All right, you disappear, but I'll get back to you. Meanwhile, you wait. Let's see, how long do you wait? Let's see.
3 years.
Well, we'll starve, and what was that? Grelnor or Grelek or whatever. We'll understand his thinking by the end of this.
Gelver,
yes. We'll know Gelver's soul by the end of this, I think.
Oh no. Yeah, why did Gelver do that? Was he just crazy, or... Yeah. Meanwhile, back here, Flanagan's gone. How you wait 10 minutes, and nothing seems to happen.
We should try the we should try to follow.
I did. I'll try again. I did try to follow
Yeah,
immediately.
you go
True.
and how much do you weigh?
I'm about 185 normal plus 100 and what is it? Where's my weight?
Okay, but yeah, you have a bunch of
103.
gear and then 180
Yeah,
pounds.
103, so 290 pounds or so.
Okay. Yeah, you go and you stand. You do. I forgot to mention this for Flanagan. So Flanagan did experience this where you feel it kind of drop a little when you get on the platform, just a little bit. But Alaric, you go and you stand on the platform, nothing happens.
Oh crap. Okay, I get off of it quickly again because in case he appears, I don't want to be in the same spot.
All right.
Jeez.
All right, guys. I say we give him another 10 minutes and then we go a different route, and we all get split up forever. No, that doesn't make sense.
We're in extreme peril right now.
Yeah, I was. I'm just like,
Holy smokes.
Hmm.
Sorry, I shouldn't say that out loud. I need to chill out.
Magnus, you're the wisest of us. Or at least you have a inquisitive mind. What ideas come to mind for you?
My friend,
oh,
I'm at a loss.
I got one. How about I try to move the needle? Maybe it resets it. I'll move the needle. Remember, I was going to move it to a spot that didn't have anything? Well, this one only has the north spot. So I'll try to move it to like the northeast. Does it move?
Okay, so
talking the top level small needle.
So I know you were talking about moving the south needle before.
Yeah. Now I'm talking about the north one.
But I didn't have you do it. So
I know you did. You did.
Okay.
I know that. Yeah.
Okay. So you're trying to move the north needle. You find that it is incredibly hard to move. You can move it though, and you find.
And I'm listening for mechanisms.
A mechanism does happen. You have to lift it up out of a slot, the smaller, kind of arrow thing, and then you can kind of slide it. But this thing is incredibly heavy. Like we're talking.
Okay.
It's taking all your strength to move it.
Yeah, I just want to try to move it to one notch and then move it right back. Because my idea is hoping that is a reset mechanism for this platform. And boy, would it be a very slow way to teleport. But,
And also, by the way, you said let's wait 10 minutes. My understanding is you have not done that yet.
Right. We have not done that yet.
Okay. So that hasn't happened yet. 10 minutes has passed initially. And Flanagan's been gone. And so you lifted this thing up, it's taken all your strength, you've moved it, there have been no notches. Yeah. So it just,
then
at this point, you're just sliding it, and you just slide it, and it lands back in its notch heavily. And it's facing this way.
And now Alaric has broken the teleporter, and weird stuff here forever.
Nothing seems to happen.
Okay, I stand on it again, nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
Okay, so that doesn't reset it, so either it works on a time thing, and this is bad because that means that if we have to leave in a hurry from whatever room we're in, if they all work the same, that means that we have at least 10 to 20 minutes in between our teleports. That's not good.
Algar is going to approach, if I may, Algar would like to approach the machine and once again gamble with his life. I'm going to jump up and down on it like a child throwing a tantrum.
I should also note, because I think this is probably important and not clear from the VTT, this is large enough for everyone to stand on. I should also note.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I think we were all standing on it if that's the case when we're touching.
Okay. No, I didn't understand that. Did you?
Oh, you didn't understand that? Oh, okay. All right. Well,
no, in fact, no, you didn't say that. You said elephant train.
No, elephant. But if it's that big, is it? Oh, it's not the scale of.
It's not that big in diameter.
But okay, got it. No, that's exactly right.
Okay.
That's fine.
Anyways.
I wouldn't have thought of crowding us all on it.
Algar, you jump up and down on it, nothing happens.
Well, that was my first idea.
Except you make noise, and all of a sudden, Algar, you find that in the light, your shadow is starting to make expressions at you.
Oh, losing sound. Hang on a second.
And
I'm back.
You can go ahead and declare any spells if you intend to use any.
Whoa! A shadow appeared. Did that come through a portal, or what happened?
It just grew out of my shadow.
Any
Oh,
spells?
boy.
Simultaneously.
No spells. Roll for initiative.
No.
Oh yeah, it's me. Sorry, I forgot that I'm the thing. All right.
Oh, it's okay.
Roll.
5. That's a good roll.
Roll. D6. 5.
Alright,
Ah, we
House
win.
wins. Yeah. All right. Movement and missile fire. Anybody move? You can go ahead and move your token now, including your henchman.
I'll take myself off for now.
Yeah, I'll just put you in the. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. No one else is moving or doing any missile fire.
Oh, Rolo, me. Rolo's gonna leap like a madman at it. Pointless, of course. But...
Monacan will fire a missile at it.
Go
A
for
couple.
it.
He's a thief. He'll try to backstab her. If it has a back.
All right. Everything just seems to pass through this.
The
Okay.
magic weapons?
Well, I'm on movement and missile fire. If anybody's
Oh, yes, that would
moving
do it.
or firing missiles, please do so now. Okay, no one else is moving or firing missiles. All right. Melee combat. If you're attacking, roll to attack.
Okay.
So this would be, yeah, okay.
Okay, Rolo is going to try to stab him with a bastard sword. And wow, what a nice waste on Rolo.
Right, it just passes through it.
Passes right through. Yes, I figured as much, but I started with him. Anyway, now on me, I roll a 2, I'm sure. Okay, where is it? Oh, that's not bad.
Not bad at all.
Algar, you got a 14? That
Yes.
Yep.
14 does hit.
Good.
You're using the golden spear.
No, the golden spear was passed over to Alaric. I'm currently using the longsword +1, which he found in the sarcophagus.
Gotcha. So you do 7 points of damage to this thing.
Get got, Spooky. We have no time for your ethereal nonsense today.
All right, 7. And then, let's see, we got Alaric, 18, golden spear, 5 for a total of 7 damage.
No, that's actually already includes a +2.
Okay. Well, either way, with this holy spear, describe how you shatter this thing from the underworld.
Oh, cool! I do a quick slash across the head neck of this thing, trying to tear its throat out or cut its throat out.
You hear an inhuman screech come from this thing, and then all of a sudden it is gone, and it seems to just milled back into the shadow of Algar.
Holy
And
crap!
now,
I hope that
Algar, you move your arms around, your shadow is back obeying your physics again.
I point at my shadow emphatically and say, "Don't do that again."
And I'm now really concerned for Flanagan if he's alone with a shadow.
And
We
then
need to get in touch with him immediately.
no, okay. So this is important. So what do you do next?
Wait. Heretic was going to join me on the pad while I was throwing my tantrum on it.
Okay.
If he's doing that, I think we should all do it together just in case.
Okay. Nothing happens.
Okay. Now
And
let's all
I
get
have
off.
that happening before this combat, because that was my understanding.
right,
is I
right.
heard Algar say I go and I jump up and down on the pad. So
Okay. So nothing happened when I jump up and down the pad.
other
That's
than
new.
your shadow rebelling, which
Right.
that
Nothing
didn't
happened when Flanagan. No, not Flanagan. When Heretics. When Father Bloombad and I were both on the pad together.
which I have happening at the same time.
Okay. I'm a little nervous now, guys. I'm
more than
running
a
out
little
of
nervous.
ideas.
And for all we know, that Flanagan teleported to some other part of the maze and has been eaten.
Okay. What is the current status of the northern pad? Where is it pointed?
Both north.
Yeah, it's pointed north. Yeah.
It's the only place
Right.
it clicks.
Okay.
Let's examine the room for about 10 minutes and see what happens.
Any thoughts? Does Chris or Heretic have any thoughts? Just to invite
I
other.
mean, my thought is
Have we all tried standing on it at the same time?
I don't think so. No.
Have you, Ross?
No one has said everyone stand on it at the same time. But
All right, Father Bloomhead, let's all hold hands with you and stand on it together then.
All right. You all get together and stand on it, hold hands, nothing happens.
All right, so I'll get off quickly, just in case he does return. I'm really nervous about that occupying the same space at the same time.
Did you have a thought, Chris? I think you were going to say something.
I was going to agree with Alaric that we should give it another turn.
Yeah, let's do some searching while we're doing that, in case there's secret doors or something that we can find. Let's have at least one person paying close attention to it. Like a thief. The two thieves, actually, might be good. They can listen for any weird noises or something. While we scan the door, scan the walls. I forget how many of this are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 actually, because we've got a total of 4, 5, 6 here. So 2. We have 4 people. So let's have one. Yeah, let's have the 3 northern walls and the south wall. Have one person on each one of them and search for secret doors and stuff like that, while the other 2 thieves are watching the left.
Okay. You search the walls. You search around in here. You spend 10 minutes doing it. You don't see anything, but just as you're finishing up at 10 minutes, prior to maybe 7 or 8 minutes, all of a sudden, and Flanagan coalesces.
Oh,
from
Jesus
ash
Christ!
appears.
I mean, the light.
Hey, all. Well, I guess a good thing you didn't follow me, but yeah, just went back and came back here, so that's a safe exit.
Well, safe if you have a good heart, because we thought you were.
We attempted and failed to pursue you.
Oh my! Well, maybe you just have to wait a while or something.
Hopefully.
Okay, so that was roughly 20 minutes. So we're gonna have to test the theory whether we can all go together, because otherwise we've got a possible, very long chain.
I have an idea now.
Oh,
go ahead.
I have
Magnus?
a question.
Nobody has tried standing on it by themselves who weighs the same or less than Flanagan, have they?
I sort of look at Rolo, who's the scrawny one.
Did he do it by himself?
Flanagan stood by himself. What do you mean?
No. When Flanagan's weight was checked, it was under 200, correct?
It was a little bit over 200.
A little over 200?
Yeah.
How much over?
Under 250, I said.
Okay, well in that case, Alaric's was way more than
300.
that.
290. Yeah.
So maybe we need to try someone who's under 250 again.
But what are you trying to achieve with that? What's the goal on there?
It's something that hasn't been tried yet.
But if they teleport alone, well,
then
I guess
we know.
they're going back to the.
It's something that hasn't. Now we know where it goes and that he came back.
Yeah, he came back, so it should be.
And the other piece is, it could well be an anti-theft mechanism.
Mm-hmm.
It could be something that it's like, you shouldn't be leaving here with too much weightier than you came in.
We could also put a light object on it, too.
Was it? We probably not. I mean, you'd probably have to be about the weight of a person, but I guess let's try. It's worth a try before.
Yeah,
Tell you what, I'll put my blanket on it.
You could.
Also, did the same amount of time pass for you as us?
Yeah, I was going to ask that.
We say it's about 20 minutes. What does he think?
To you, it was probably instantaneous.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that's good to know.
Because you stepped on it, you appeared somewhere else, you came back, and now you're here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, well, let's assume we get that across. So that's scary.
So he's moving slower now. This is scary crap.
What
well, no, it just means he spends a long time in transit.
When you're in transit, when you're You cannot walk through a door which someone is standing in. The same passage cannot hold two travelers. I bet if we used it now together, we'd all go.
Right, because I was on my way.
Oh!
Well,
except that we've been asked how much we weigh whenever an individual
which is a meta
has
thing,
stood.
but let's try that anyway.
You mind if I just try the blanket real quick?
Yeah, go ahead. I have no problem with that.
Yeah, wrap up my blanket and put it in. I put 5 spikes on it as well, so it weighs a little more.
Yeah. So
And I put it on the thing. Drop it.
Nothing happens.
Okay.
Okay.
You want to all jump on it all at once?
Wait a second. What we're trying to do is find. I think what Magnus is trying to find out is what happens if it's a very lightweight.
Yeah, you're right. Put a scrawny person on it.
The scrawniest person.
let's try Alaric's idea first, because if it works, that's better for us.
All of us at once.
That's safer.
Right.
Obviously, but if it doesn't work, then we need to make a volunteer.
And just so you know, Rollo is very light at something like 25, 35, 40, about 140 something, 150 pounds himself, just so you know, with the gear. So
what we're doing is we're all going to go on it, right?
We're all going to go on it together, but I'm just saying, if we need to go to a light person, I think he's probably our lightest.
First, get things moving.
All right, let's all grip hands on the outside of the inner ring and step in together.
You step in together?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you hold hands, you step in together.
Is that great? Before we do that, does everybody think that's good? Hold
hands. We will object.
Yes.
We will object if we don't.
Okay.
Okay. You hold hands, you step in together, and then you could feel the platform sink slightly, and nothing happens.
Ooh.
Oh, crap.
Okay.
Shit.
All right, let's try Magnus's thing.
And is Rollo the volunteer?
Yeah, Rollo's the volunteer.
At this point, you guys have moved a blanket, you've talked about it, you've tried stepping on and off. I'm going to say at this point, 10 minutes has passed. So it's been something like 30 minutes since Flanagan first stepped on it.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Try Rollo?
So we'll try Rollo just to see if a light person does anything, if it even... Oh, by the way, when we stepped off, did it come back up or did it stay down?
It came back up. Yeah, the platform did.
So that's good. So we'll put Rollo on it, see if it goes down or if it stays up.
How much does he weigh? Ish?
About 145-ish.
All right, the platform does not sink.
His...
The platform does not sink and nothing happens.
Okay, let's get him to step off. So now there's a minimum weight of some sort to activate.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I am going...
Go ahead, Chris. You haven't said much.
Well, that's not quite true, but we need to test it. So who is, not to be too frank about it, but who can we most afford to lose who is in that weight category?
Well, here's the thought then, just to add it to that then, Chris, is like, why don't we keep Rollo on it and just keep on handing him shit until it depresses?
That is a very good thinking. I like that. So let's give him simple things like, we'll give him like a quiver of arrows, which is, actually that's not very heavy. We'll give him secondary weapons.
Yeah. I'll give him 10 of my darts.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, you give him some stuff. Nothing happens. What's the intent? Are you gonna just keep giving?
We want to. Let's get up to all the way up to Flanagan's weight.
Right, but while we're doing this, we're gonna pay attention to the time, because if he magically teleports at the moment that we hit 40 minutes since we started, then it may be an every 20-minute thing, no matter what. Maybe it not be he's en route, but maybe it is a timer based. So I'm thinking it might be a timer based.
So I want to clarify, okay, as we're doing this, because it's funny, some of these details. No appreciable time passes as you just like, Rollo, get on this thing, and you start handing him stuff. Yeah. So only maybe a couple minutes pass, okay? Mm-hmm. No appreciable amount of time. So a round, 2 rounds at best.
Right.
So you're handing him stuff. You hand him more and more stuff until he is because right? Because the whole point is to know how much it weighs.
Yeah.
Until he's 200 pounds, and then the platform goes, and And this time, when the platform goes down, you see him just like collapse into ash, and he disappears.
No appreciable time.
Okay, in that case, let's do it immediately again with another 200 pounds.
Sure, I'll go on it.
And then we'll know that it's not time-based, but only weight-based.
All right.
I'll jump on.
You do that. You measure it out 200 pounds. At this point, let's see.
Well, Flanagan is 200 pounds.
Flanagan is, yeah.
He can just step on it.
And Flanagan, you step on this, and the platform, it sinks, and nothing happens, except your shadow all of a sudden comes alive.
That happened when we tried triggering it the last time with Algar.
Yeah.
Because he's on his way back already or something. Oh my god, this is so complex.
All right.
I
think we need to wait until the 20 minutes have passed, but after we deal with the shadow. We're going to wait for the 20 minutes have passed, and then...
Any spells?
Let's do this one thing at a time.
I'm gonna declare shield this time.
Okay, shield. Anything else? No? All right.
I think we only...
roll for initiative. I think that I already...
Bloomberg, are you able to do anything like, like turn or anything like on these guys?
I think he can. He's
I can try. I don't know about. I don't know if he can turn shadows, but I can try.
You can try. Okay. Whoa! Well, he gets to attack first.
All right. He's gonna attack Flanagan because Flanagan is right there. Let's see.
Dodge, man, dodge.
I'll dodge.
Serpentine.
Does a...
That'll
Let's
miss,
see.
I think.
10. Okay.
I've only cost 16.
It misses. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and of course anybody can move as well. You can go ahead and move your token.
I'm going to
Sorry,
face my
that
shadow.
one first. All right, and then anyone doing a melee attack can do that. The target was armor class 12.
Get shanked on, buddy.
That hits. That hits.
We'll do
That
5.
hits. So 7 plus...
Well, Rollo doesn't hit.
12.
I know it's same team and everything, but Rollo's not wielding a magic weapon.
Right, that's why I didn't. He's still moving their attack. I'm not rolling for him because it's a waste of time.
I'm sorry, I thought that
you
was...
did click roll. You
It
did
looked-
click
Yeah, I
the
thought
roll
I was
adjuster
thinking
sword on.
Alaric.
Oh,
yeah.
sorry. Oh,
You might
I'm sorry. I thought that was. I'm
That's
clicking on the wrong guy. Okay, hang on.
I mean, if that's the case, just have it count. All right.
Yeah,
I miss.
I'll just make it count. It's okay. That's what I was thinking in my mind anyway, so... Okay. And then
Oh, and it's a little bit more damage. It's 7 damage because Rollo has no pluses on the damage.
So, I don't have the turn undead chart.
I do. Just a sec.
What does it turn a shadow?
I was thinking, was it this? Was it just
I
reading
don't,
that
I don't know
shadows
if
are
the
undead?
chart that I don't think it's on the chart, and it just leaves it up to the DM whether or not a shadow counts as undead for the purposes
Well,
of turning.
I see it in this book. I see it.
Oh, it is? Okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's what level are you, Bloombad?
He's level 5, right?
Yeah, so he needs a 10, so he's got it.
Or a 7 if he's level 5.
Yeah, easy peasy.
All right. Yeah, it turns, and because it's able to do this, it just flees into the... At first, Flanagan, it looks like you had lost your shadow, but after a while, probably when you're not thinking about it anymore, or when you think to look again, your shadow is simply there, responding to your commands once again.
So it's
Yes, Father Bullman. Go ahead.
it is asterisk.
What's
An
that?
asterisk?
Singular turn.
I can't understand.
You're going robot on us a little bit.
There is a thing in there, the chart saying that shadows might not be undead
Yeah,
creatures in your
Oh,
canon.
asterisk. Got it.
Oh,
Yeah.
these are
That's what he was
undead.
referring to.
If anything,
I
in this...
mixed up.
Oh, go ahead. Okay.
Yeah, I'm level 6, is what I was saying.
Oh, okay. Ooh.
Okay.
Wow.
So shadows are easy.
Nice. Okay. Cool. Let's see. You stepped on there, depressed. Your shadow attacked you. You fended it off in like 80 seconds. You're off the platform, I presume. Nothing happens.
All right. So what have we attempted thus far?
We
Weight matters. However, Rollo's weight is not sufficient. or some other condition is not being met.
We found that 200 makes it depressed. That's what we found out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Depression is necessary but not sufficient for
But
the
not
object
sufficient.
to function. Okay.
Okay, so then the next thing we need to try, after another 2 turns have passed. Now, did a turn just pass with that combat?
No, just a round and a half.
Okay. Only reason I ask is because Swords and Wizardry says a turn always passes after combat.
Oh,
but
really?
but
Yeah, for
it
for
does,
like taking
yeah.
care of wounds and stuff like that if
Interesting.
you had them.
Yeah.
Oh,
But that's up to you.
And
obviously.
resting. But I would imagine that would happen if you had more than like a round of,
yeah, that's a good
But
thing
anyway-
to keep in mind. I'll try to remember that. Thank you. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah, so then after another 2 turn, or 20 minutes anyway, after the last attempt, we should try the same thing again with Flanagan, right? Because then we'll know it's time-based.
But aren't we waiting for Wait, who went? Did anybody go? Nobody went, right? Nobody's
one's
going
went,
yet.
no.
Rollo,
Okay, yes,
Rollo
let's all
went.
try.
Rollo went. Rollo went.
Oh, he went successfully?
Yes.
I
What?
managed to not catch that.
Yeah, let me remove Rollo from the board.
That's where I was a little confused. Okay, Rollo did manage to go. Oh wait, did we
When
have
we-
to give him more weight? When we gave him more weight, that's right. I remember now.
Yeah.
We gave him more weight till he got to that, and then he poofed. Yes,
Yeah.
at 200 he poofed.
Right. Now before, when we all stood on it together,
Mm-hmm.
that was still, I think,
Within
was
the
that
40
was
to 20
was
minutes.
that it was within, because it was before
Yep.
Flanagan came back.
Mm-hmm.
But no shadow attacked us when we all stood
Right.
on it together.
That's correct.
So it's like, if 2 questions now about that.
Yeah.
One is the shadow attack also timed, or does it just not respond if more than one person is on the platform?
We can find that out just to test it. We might as well find that out. We can have one more person, not Flanagan, stand on it to see if another shadow appears, because we'll do it immediately before the 20-minute happens, and then that way we'll see if another shadow appears. Let us not do Bloombad though, because he's got to be ready to, back.
Okay, that's so is that the next? That's the next attempt then? Another person stands on it to see if the shadow attack is timed?
Algar has already had a shadow appear. I haven't had a shadow appear, so let me be the one who stands on it this time.
Okay.
Go for it.
You stand on it. It slightly depresses. Nothing happens. This is just before the 20-minute mark, right?
Right. I'm going to step out.
You step out. What next? Do you wait until 20 minutes pass?
Yeah, if no shadow appears, I say we wait until 20 minutes.
You wait turns. 20 minutes passes, and all of a sudden, Rollo appears.
Okay.
Okay.
Now
So
here
this
is. Go ahead.
Seems like this only you need to be between 200 and 300 pounds, and it works once every 20 minutes. Like, is that?
No, we don't know that. Oh wait, did we go on? I'm sorry, I might be wrong. Flanagan, did we go on it as a group 20 minutes after the last teleport? I believe no. We went after he came back, not 20 minutes after he came back. We haven't tried that. So if we wait 20 minutes now and all go on together, if we all teleport, it's a 20-minute period before anybody can teleport, whether it be one person or 20 people.
We already tried that.
No, we
didn't
teleport.
try it before the 20 minutes. We didn't try it after the 20 minutes had
Only
elapsed.
before. It was shortly after you came back that we tried it.
We want to
No,
wait
it
20
was
minutes and then we
before.
all try together.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, so you want to wait 20
Let's
minutes,
just
right?
do it quick. Yeah.
20 minutes.
Okay, 20 minutes. How do you do it? You all hold hands and step on together again? Is it the same thing?
Yeah, let's do the same
Yeah.
thing. Keep
I think
everything
so.
the same.
You see one another just dematerialize. And
Oh.
Good.
The thrill
never
of
been so-
discovery. The thrill of
I've never
discovery.
been so relieved to be disintegrated.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
Seriously. Oh.
well,
Ah,
But do we end up in that? Do we end up in the where we hope to end? Where we think
I'm
we'll
in the
end?
wrong place. I'm sorry. This is my fault, not your fault.
Oh,
my
God.
It's all blackness to me.
Yeah, this is
We were
becoming
being
the
deployed.
show's sliders now, except fantasy and also demonic. All right, no, you're back. All
right.
and you all get thrown out
All right.
20 feet away from this place.
So now we can hopefully speed this up and wait the 20 minutes to try to, actually, we can try immediately. Sorry, we can try
Yeah,
immediately.
we
That's what he
immediately
said.
climb back and go
Yeah.
back in the room. Yeah.
All right, if
Yeah.
you immediately go back, it works, and you go back.
Cool. Now we know we have a 20-minute delay in between. So if we get in a room that's really bad, we have to deal with whatever's there.
Oh, no. There's one more experiment.
Go ahead.
Experiment. We need to light a candle. We need to try this one more time as a
Yeah.
group. And
Yeah.
before we leave, we light a candle. And then we come back and see how far the candle has burned down.
You,
That
my
sounds good.
friend, are a sage and
That's
a
why
scholar.
we have a sage
good.
and scholar in our group.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Because we have no way of knowing how much time just
But
passed.
hey,
All right.
the not so bright fighter came up with the testing the weight, and we got that to work. So that's pretty
Absolutely.
good too.
That's
We've
very
got a lot of good
You
thinking here.
take a knife and you take 2 candles and you notch it. You find out
Yeah.
where 20 minutes is. You set it,
Yeah.
the candle up.
Yeah.
Now, you all have returned. What do you do next? Do you wait 20 minutes and do it?
I
Oh
think
yeah, we
so,
know we have
right?
to wait 20 minutes in between tries.
You wait 20
What if
minutes.
it's been
you,
20
You
minutes?
light
Oh,
the-
no.
Oh.
First time we should try it right away,
Immediately
right?
to see
Yeah.
if 20 minutes have passed. That'll give us the answer without the candle.
In a way, it will. Yeah.
Yeah, in a
but
way it will,
we
not
try it
precisely.
on both. We light
Let's
the
do
candles
both of them.
anyway.
So,
Yeah, let's do the candle anyway.
You're doing it right away. Is that right?
Right away. Yeah.
Okay.
Which in our perception is instant, but for
Yeah.
all we know, in the room world, it might be 20 minutes or 10
Right.
days later.
Yeah, it depresses, but nothing happens.
Oh man.
And no shadows attack.
No shadows. Well, that's a good question, actually.
Oh, no, daggone it.
Thanks for the reminder.
Oh, you're welcome.
I guess.
Quotation mark.
With that inflection.
Something flies out of this, like an additional thing comes out of it.
Oh, we're picking
OMG.
up demons now from the hells.
We're traveling through the warp.
Picked up a warp leech.
And this gnarly, like, pasty
Hey,
white
what now?
corpse-like thing flies out of it and attacks.
Ugh.
What the hell is that?
Any spells?
How is it big like that? Is it bigger than everybody?
No, it's slightly larger than a person, like 6-7 feet
Slightly
tall.
larger. Okay.
Okay, I'll declare web.
Okay.
Yeah,
Roll for
I'll
initiative.
declare turn.
Turn. Okay. Roll for initiative. And you got a 3. You're able to act first. Any movement or missile fire, you can do that. Go ahead and move.
We're not
If
gonna
I know
try.
he's doing web, do I have to stay away from the web area, Magnus?
My plan is to do 20 feet high, 10 feet wide. So
Behind it. And,
Okay,
and
I'll
on
go
it,
with a
yeah.
spear.
not behind it.
Right.
20 feet up, extending upwards.
I see
Yeah.
what you mean. Okay.
I'm gonna try to spear him then.
All right. After you all have moved,
Manakan is going to try to fire at him too, if it
Alright,
won't
go
risk
for it.
hitting Rollo.
your target
And
is
Rollo,
13.
I forgot, disengaging is possible in this one, right?
I'll cover for Rollo, if it comes to that. I will make
Melee
sure
now?
that Rollo...
That was a
Um,
missile.
It's missiles. Missiles.
Okay, I
Firing.
got a
1 hits
16.
for 1 damage.
nice.
Okay. And there's no other. All right, melee. I think. Yeah. And your target is 13.
Okay, I do 4 damage.
Oh, right, because you have the bonus. Yeah, 4 damage. Okay.
Did 7 damage. That includes the +2.
Describe how you
Shot.
kill it with the golden spear.
Oh, the golden
Shang
spear
on.
goes right through the left eye and pokes out of the skull as it splatters. I twist it to release it.
Now, I can't
Nailed to the
remember,
earth.
so I'll leave it up to you guys, but I think if your spell either fails for any reason or you don't cast it, you don't lose it.
That's
Like-
entirely up to you. You have caused me to have it fizzle in the past, but
Well, I think it would if, like, if you were in a combat round and it went off. But no, actually, yeah, it would, because all this is happening like simultaneously.
yeah.
so-
I mean, I started casting it, so
Right.
whatever. I will not finish casting it because I don't want to have a web that we have to burn and chop our way through before we can get on the thing. But
So that's an interesting point. Okay. You let it fizzle. That makes
I'll just
sense.
let it fizzle, yeah.
Sure. All right. This thing drops beneath the golden spear. And you now have this disgusting body with the lower portion of its face off and then this inhuman tongue falling out of it with long claw-like hands.
I'm going to cut the tongue with the spear. Go ahead.
I'm going to do so. Can I don't know if it's a ranger thing, but can I identify this thing, like with an autopsy or squatting over it and like cutting into it and figuring out what the hell it is?
Okay.
I will encourage this idea and request any intact internal. I'll grab that tongue unless you want it, Alaric.
Nope, I was grabbing the tongue so we could use it to
I'm
bring down a guy. But if you can use it, great.
Well, I'm gonna pickle
Yes,
all
it's
this
true.
stuff. I don't
If
know
nothing
what.
else, all in the dark will purchase any of this.
I'm gonna pickle everything. I don't know what this thing is.
Right. Sounds good.
I will
So I
suggest
take out the
that
magic knife and
let's see, Algar and Father Bloombad can make a wisdom save to see if they know what this is.
wisdom save, not my strong point. Especially not this time. I got nothing.
All right. What about
Be right back.
Father Bloombad?
I'm going to fetch myself some chips because my husband just brought some back.
All right.
Bloombad? Oh.
All right. Yeah. No one is sure what this
remain
thing
ignorant.
is. But yeah, you have its tongue now. Okay. What do you all do next?
Well, yeah.
So 20 minutes has passed. Plus,
I'm gonna take its.
20
yeah,
minutes.
I want-
Well, it'd be 22 minutes about has passed since you all came back, as I understand it.
Yeah, I forgive the morbidity here, but I want to take its whole head also.
Okay, you got it. All right. What do you all do?
We
So
got to
when
try
you
our
say-
experiment again with the candles this time. It didn't work before. We've waited 20 minutes, so let's try it.
So what is the experiment again?
Yeah, what's
I
this
have
one
to admit
about?
I'm getting a little
To see, well, initially the first attempt failed. Nothing happened when we all stood on it right
Yeah.
after we came back.
Yeah.
So either 20 minutes had not passed, or it doesn't matter if 20 minutes has not passed relative to the person who made the attempt.
Yeah.
So now we light the candles and we
And we try it again.
and we go through.
Right now, the
Well,
20 minutes
I
have
hold
passed.
one candle. I hold one candle. Leave one candle behind, and we.
So
We
I'm
go.
sorry. Let me make sure I understand. I apologize. So 22 minutes has passed, or you're trying at 22 minutes, and you tried at 20 minutes as well, as I understand it.
No, we hadn't tried at 20 minutes because we
tried
tried
immediately.
We tried right away.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. My bad. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you tried right away, and then now you wait 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, nothing happens. And to be clear, I thought that already happened. I had that noted down here, but go ahead. So you wait 20 minutes, nothing happens. Go ahead.
Oh, wow. So then,
So
20 minutes have passed and it's not working.
It's not working. 20 minutes, yeah.
So we thought it was working after 20 minutes.
yes, we did.
No, and I'll clarify because there's lots of details at this point, right? Like we're creating a freaking
Yeah.
a whole map on this thing. You waited 40 minutes last time, so you did try 20 minutes, didn't work last time, and then you tried another 20 minutes.
Oh, right.
total
Yes,
of
that's
40.
true. That's right. It was a total of 40.
Because you're
All
like,
right.
all right, let's wait 40 minutes.
Yes, right. It was twice. I forget that it was, yeah.
Right.
All right, so let's wait to what we figured out the last time then, 40. We'll do the thing with the candle as Chris said, and we'll go through. And now we know that it seems to be, well, we know it doesn't, no, we don't know. So we're just going to try that
Okay.
at the 40.
So that works. There's at least 3 things that you seem to know. There's
Yeah,
at least
seem to
3
know.
things that, how do I put this? There's a term for this. You
known unknowns.
Theories?
Yeah, you
Working
know
theory?
3. There are 3
Principles.
data
Yeah,
that
datums.
you know,
Mhm.
but what you know is that the candle seemed to have burned to the 20-minute mark while you were gone and came back. You
Right.
you know that whenever 200 pounds or more is placed on the platform, it descends, and it doesn't seem to activate if it doesn't. And you know that when you have waited for 40 minutes on this side, and then depress the platform, that it seems to activate, and anything on the platform is taken.
So the thing we got confused is the time it takes to come back. We were
Here,
conflating with the other.
how is the candle that I carried with me?
I'm sorry,
It
was
was
it
blown-
lit too?
Yeah, I lit a second candle, carried it with me, and left the first one behind.
Anything that is that goes through, including a candle, it seems to be instantaneous.
Okay.
So the candle stayed lit, and it didn't,
Burn much.
Okay, and yet
It probably went out as soon as you like exited because you're thrown, but you can tell. Yeah, it didn't.
Okay.
So
All right.
I think we have all the answers we need for now, which is we need 200 pounds to trigger it. There seems to be no upper level, at least not our party is not an upper level, on it triggering it. We can only trigger it from this side every 40 minutes, but the travel to the other side and back seems to be instantaneously, but in actuality on this side, 20 minutes have passed. Not our perception, but the universe that we're on, 20 minutes have passed. That's what I take from this.
We have not yet actually searched this room, have we?
We searched the 4 out of the 6
we did.
walls.
We did. Now we have not tried any of this with the southern platform, correct?
No, and I think now we're ready. Now that we have an idea of what it takes, assuming all rooms have the same laws, and we'll find that out. We have an idea that we all have to go on together, otherwise we're going to be waiting a while and possibly sending someone into deadly danger for equivalent on our time of 20, but at least not on their side, hopefully. Unless, of course, now that we're in this world, it's going to pass, but we don't need to know that tonight. What do you think, Father Bloomat?
Yeah.
Where would you like to go? What would you like to do? Where would you like to go? We have 4 possible directions.
It's which? So there's 4 things. Which one is raised? The third one.
Currently, you said which one?
It's the so there's 4 different ways to go, and the thing was heading straight south at the moment.
Straight south at the moment.
Do
you want to do the straight south, or do you want to pick a position?
We should probably go with the one that it's on.
Okay.
Let's do it.
So let's do the same thing we did just before, which is all of us step on the outside of the platform, make a ring of circle hands, and step on the count of 3 together to the center.
Does this happen immediately? Like, do you go like?
Yes, we're going to do this immediately after we came back to see if it is a single room trigger or per item trigger.
So 2 things happen. So you exit this, and you maybe you came up with this plan that you're talking about right now.
Yeah, it takes a few minutes to talk about it, whatever.
And then you come back, and as soon as you come back, you immediately come over this platform. 2 things. One thing I want to note that is immediately noticeable is the inner platform is the same size, except it has 4 of those little notches on the inner platform.
Right.
The outer platform is much smaller, and it has different runes and symbols, but it is smaller. This is some sort of bigger device.
Okay.
So anyways, as soon as you do that, you step on, nothing happens.
Okay. So now we're going to wait a total lapse time of about 40 minutes and try it again.
Sure.
You wait 40 minutes?
Altogether, 40 minutes since we teleported into this room, at least.
We'll wait 20 and then another 20, I guess.
Okay, we can do it that way. We're going to wait 20, then again another 20 if it doesn't
So you're
work.
going to try it at 20 minutes?
We're going to try it at 20.
Might as well.
Yep, there's no reason not to, Flanagan.
Roll for initiative as another thing appears.
Oh,
from,
right, fuck.
And it appears from...
That's the problem with trying it beforehand, isn't it?
It appears from this platform.
It's a lich.
You've got a 4. Any spells? Turn undead?
Turn.
Yeah, no spell from me.
Okay. Looks like you guys won, so you can move your tokens and go ahead and fire arrows and roll to hit. Your target is 13. Alright.
Oh,
Nice.
shoot. A natural 20 on that one.
Oops.
Very good.
4, there's plus 7 is 13. Alright.
Do 9 damage.
Alright, Algar, describe how you slay this thing.
Yeah.
It staggers out of the teleporter. Alaric immediately impales it, and while it's still reeling from that, I just chop its head off.
Alright.
Nice. Nice.
So this happens, I should note when this happens. This happens after you wait 20 minutes the first time. So before you're able to get to it, this thing comes out.
Right.
So it's
Yeah,
before you
correct.
attempted it, to be clear.
Oh.
Okay. And then, now you're stepping on this platform and something happens. Whoosh. All of a sudden you're turned into
dust. So you're right to
ash.
Flanagan. It
Okay.
can be 20 minutes. Who the hell knows? Well, we just try them at 20-minute marks in the future.
Sure.
whoosh, and
Here
you
we
appear on this
go.
other
For
platform.
the first time tonight, we're somewhere new. Oh, mushrooms.
You see in this room, it appears to be empty, other than 2 teleport dials. These things, these platforms or mechanisms, whatever they are the same size, and they're the same size as the one in the south of the room that you were just in.
Good God.
And there's again 2 of them, right?
There are 2 of them.
What is the marker on this one? This one is the one we just came off of. Where is it headed? What does the arrow say?
Yeah, good question.
Holy
I
shit.
gotta move you all just to see what it would say. It is currently indicating north. This one right here is. This one is
Okay.
indicating south, and I'll also tell you how
Interesting.
many large pieces these have. This one has. This one has.
1 and 2, right?
I'm sorry.
I mean,
it's
the
not.
pictures
It's
are
not.
that way.
It's not indicating north. I'm wrong. This one indicates northwest,
Okay.
and then this one has 2 notches, and this one has only 1 notch.
Oh, so it's not like the drawings.
Drawings?
Because on the map,
Not
there's
on the
2
Roll20.
big markers on the roll 20. The southern one has 2 markers, and the northern one has 1 marker
Oh.
on roll 20. I'm not saying it the way it is in the game.
Let me change something here so I can see.
Also,
So the last room-
it's north.
This one is correct. I think.
Okay, so 1 marker.
No. Let me look at it. I'm sorry. The VTT is wrong. Okay, so.
Okay, the VTT is wrong.
So this one has the thing is pointing to the northwest, and there are 2 markers on this one. I apologize. I was also wrong, but I have it right here. I have the Rappan Athuk map, and that's the
Yeah.
Cool.
that's the authority.
So where's the other one point to? One is northwest, and where's the other one?
It's pointing to the southeast, and there's
Okay.
only one notch on it.
Okay. So
What
it's
do you
pointing
mean
to
the one
southeast.
notch?
That's the only notch on it. So
Can I-
you should take care of that, Flanagan, because... Oh, yeah, you're doing it. Good.
Sorry, I just need to ask some questions to be real clear on what's going on. So the northern teleporter is the one we stepped off of, right?
Yes.
It has two big things. One goes northwest, and the other one goes southeast.
One goes northwest. The other one goes northeast.
Northeast.
Okay, so I got V.
That's on the northern one.
On the northern one, right?
Okay, and when you say there's 1 notch, there's a thing that you can move. There's a smaller one that moves between them, right?
It's attached to the platform, the inner
Mhm.
platform that could rotate.
Yeah, like the others.
Okay, and then the bottom one, how many different directions does that one go?
1
Okay, and where does that one face?
southeast.
Southeast.
Southeast. Okay, got it. Okay, thank you. Okay. So presumably if we step back on the top one, we'll go back to where we came from.
Right. We don't want to spend time in case we're getting more possibilities of things porting, so let's more creatures to attack us. Some of them may be worse than what we've seen. So why don't we pick either the northeast or the southeast. What do people? Again, Father Bloombad, you led us here. Where do you? Oh, wait, actually, what do we see here? Anything to see here? I forgot about that.
Yeah, this room appears to be empty. The teleporters are about 2 feet away from each other. One of them just slightly north than the other. Let me make sure that I have this correct.
Father Bloombad, do you think we want to go, like as far in the opposite direction or in a similar direction? In other words, what I mean is opposite direction would be southeast of where we came from. Similar direction to the side would be northeast.
Yeah, we should test the pad. Yeah, we should test the pads as they're set until we find an exit, a physical exit.
Sure.
Before we continue, I assume that I don't think we can actually easily tell which way is north or west when we jump through these.
Right.
So I'm going to use my chalk to make a note on the wall to the effect of, a ranger was here. This was the second room.
Cool.
In case we come into a room that looks identical, right?
Yeah. Also, what do the walls look like? Like, I can't remember how I should be visualizing here. Just these usual standard cobblestone stuff, like is in my background? Or I guess.
No, and I did mention this before, but yeah, they are absolutely different. The walls are different. They at first it looked like they were actual black stone, but as you looked closer, you could see that these have been intentionally painted black. The stones are mortared very tightly, and so before you had those big slabs, and then if stones were there, maybe it was a little more slapdash. Here it's perfectly smooth, like tightly mortared everywhere, and the whole place is painted black. Side walls, ceiling, floor, black. And it's painted because there's even black chips that have fallen off in places and black chips along the floor. There's also nothing of interest in this room.
Taking one of those black chips, bring them back to home.
So, using Bloombad's rule, that means, and Algar's rule, we're going to mark the ruins we enter, and we're going to mark what we plan on exiting through, and we're going to use we're going to not move arrows. The first time through this, in case we're going to have to go through a multiply, we're going to keep the initial settings of the arrows to where they plot to send us.
That's a great idea.
So
Southeast
we're
on
going to
the
take
bottom.
the southeast on the map because that's the only one that we have a choice of moving.
Southern teleporter, southeast.
Yes, so we will try. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
We probably want to wait 40 minutes also.
Well, we're able to do it after the 20-minute mark last time.
I thought we got attacked by that other undead.
We did right before we tried it. It wasn't that we stepped on it. It was a timer. I think honestly we have nothing to lose by trying it immediately, and it won't work. And then we try it again at the 20-minute mark. So because I don't think things are appearing because we step on it. I think time is passing as things are appearing. So let's try immediately.
Have passed. Oh,
yeah.
You want to try immediately? Okay.
Immediately, yeah.
All right, I'll give you that. Which one are you trying?
We're trying the southeast path. From now on, you can always assume circle, step in, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Southeast.
You try immediately. You come over.
Immediately.
It depresses. Nothing happens.
Okay, so then at the 20-minute mark, we'll try it again when we reach there.
After 10 minutes, something steps out of the bottom line.
Okay, and we're ready for it.
I'm just going to check Father Bloombad if you're going to try to turn. I'm just going to see if it works. Go ahead and make your turn check, and then we'll base everything else
I think it's
on.
automatic.
It might
I think a ghoul is automatic level 6.
If it's a ghoul, it's probably a ghoul, but still.
It might even be destroyed. Is it destroyed, a ghoul?
No, auto turn.
Auto
Okay.
turn.
Yeah, this thing
turn.
runs up against the wall, and you're able to gain control of it and slash it to death thanks to Father Bloombad.
Yay, Father Bloombad. All right, let's find out what happens at the 20-minute mark.
The 20-minute mark, and you go to the south one at the 20-minute mark?
The same one we were talking about, which is a portal, and there's only, it's already in one direction, so we're going to try that one.
Okay.
Southeast.
Let's see. 20 minutes pass, and woof, you all disappear.
All right, so now we got a rhythm going on this. All right.
And you appear somewhere else. Woof.
And none of us are freaked out that we're teleporting. No, none at all.
Yeah.
And let's see here.
Yeah, this one. Oh my.
We should always have weapons out ready,
There are 3.
We've whacked too many things that have jumped out of these teleporters for us not to expect to get whacked when we come out.
3 discs in this room.
Yeah.
Oh, 3 of them this time. Whoops, sorry, lost sound. Coming back. And back.
As soon as you drop out, thanks to having a ranger, Algar, roll a d6. Otherwise, you would not get to do this.
Or it's not a 1. It's pretty good.
Not
actually.
a one.
As soon as you step off Algar, you know something is wrong, and you see something on the ceiling.
Oh no, leeches!
Huge,
Not again.
disgusting things.
Danger above! Dive!
Oh my god.
Those aren't leeches. Those are spiders.
Or
These
are they
are-
giant ticks?
Yeah, they look like these fat, oblong carapaces with little spindly legs attached, and 2 big pincers in the front.
Okay.
I do want to clarify. Algar does say out loud, "Oh, not again."
Okay.
Oh, not
This-
again.
You see Algar looking up, and you can roll for initiative now.
Okay, I am. Oh.
Spells?
Yeah. What's
Yeah.
those?
Yeah. Web.
All right. Web.
Oh boy.
Are these dangerous enough to use your few spells, or?
We're about to find out.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. They're able to act first unless you could roll a d6 there. You got a 2. All right. Let's see. They are going to move and just drop down on top of you all. So they just kind of land all amongst you all.
How awful.
And
Just try to move it.
you
so
can
we're in a circle.
fire missiles, but you would have a chance of hitting your friends. And do you want to try it? No? Okay.
No.
All right, then they get to attack. Magnus, you're right here.
Yeah, I sure am.
It's gonna attack Monacan. He's also right there. That's his whole purpose.
Well, that's the only purpose.
If you ever had
Just
any doubt
primary.
that Monacan wouldn't have done it when the time came. 16 plus 3 is 19 to hit for.
Certainly it's.
Oh no, I have to. Okay, Monacan takes 4 points of damage plus. I have to look this up because it's weird.
Does he get a saving throw against weird?
Does it jab its proboscis into his neck? And...
It does.
Oh, you wish it was his neck.
Oh
So
no!
it attaches to Monacan.
I just saw a Gen V episode. I don't want to think about this. It's bad. It's bad.
Oh, that's real bad and gross.
Yeah.
Okay. This one's gonna attack Algar. 16 is a 19 hit.
It sure does.
Or 1 damage, and it is also attached to you. You can just kind of see this like alien xenomorph situation where it just attaches to like 2/3 of Algar's body. And then this one's going to attack Alaric. There's a 20,
Oh yeah,
3.
20 something.
22 hit.
Oh yeah, I have AC 16, not 20s.
You take 2 damage, and it's your all's turn.
All right.
All right. Well.
Algar's just gonna take out his magic knife and just start stabbing the thing.
All right.
Yeah, I'll stab the one that's on Alaric because I'm right beside him.
Your target is 15.
Say that again, Ross.
Your target is 15.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can Monacan even hit the thing that's on him with his sword?
Yeah, I don't see anything that says you can't try to do that. So my answer is always yes, unless it says you can't.
I did 5 damage on the one on Alaric.
Okay.
Oh, Manakin's mean mad right now.
And I
Well,
did
yeah,
4 on the
yeah.
one on Alaric.
Okay.
And Magnus is going to get in on the action here.
Oh wow. Okay.
And Bloodletter the Spork is coming out.
Flanagan,
Excellent name.
or Alaric, with Flanagan's help, you're able to chop this thing's head off and get it severed off of
Awesome.
Alaric's body. You actually have
Good
to
job. Teamwork. Good teamwork.
pull its mouth off, its proboscis out of your clavicle.
Rollo
Reset.
does
Bastard
minimum
Sword,
damage,
Bloodletter
too.
the Spork for 12 damage. All right, so you managed to do the same thing with the Spork. You jab it in one of its eyes, and that allows him to just shift and bring his blade up and sever its head, and then pull the proboscis out of his body.
Yeah. That's 3 kills to this thing's credit.
Good sport.
Nice.
Bloodletter. Amazing.
That's good. And Rollo does 2 damage on the one on Algar.
Okay.
Thank you. So that's 4 from me, 2 from Rollo.
All right. That's not quite enough to kill it. What about Father Bloombad? I see a 15 for 6 damage. Father Bloombad, how do you kill this thing? Just crush its head in?
Oops, I think you're muted right now.
Yeah, I cannot hear you.
Let's see. That ends that. However, almost right away, you can tell that these. Let's see here. You can tell that they're sick. You can tell they start to feel dizzy. They don't feel good.
They the bit people?
Yeah. So this would be Alaric, right?
Mm-hmm.
Algar and Monacan.
Okay. So I
Walk
took
it off.
1 point of damage and I'm sick.
Yeah.
You point in sick.
Okay.
Father
Let's
Bloombad, go ahead.
Heretic use his thing. Take a Heretic.
Well, what does sick mean? What
Hold on. Father
No,
Bloombad,
sure.
go ahead.
Heretic.
I don't hear him.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't know he was talking.
What's going?
There we go. Hear you that time, briefly.
Alaric. Neutralize poison on Alaric and see if that works.
Neutralize
poison.
It does not work.
That's why I was asking the description of what we felt before we did anything. What does sick mean?
Yeah, you feel nauseous and dizzy, and you can feel your blood pumping, and you have a headache.
Oh, okay. So it's not like we're lightheaded from blood loss. Got it.
Hey, I'll try cure disease also on him.
On Alaric?
Yeah.
Okay, you do that, and Alaric, you can feel this stuff come out of your veins, and you feel okay.
Oh crap! Disease.
All right.
So it worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
I
did
feel
work.
better.
Okay. I have a scroll of cure disease I can use on Algar.
You gonna do
Wait
that?
a moment.
Oh, okay.
Wait. We don't know how serious this is, and we've been in here for some time anyway. Let's start heading back towards home. And if I start to feel like I might die, then I'll let you know. Otherwise, let's just see if we can hang on.
And we have enough time to search this room, and then we'll see if it's affecting you.
Wait, before we go,
Yeah.
I'm taking one of the heads of those giant bug things. I
Yeah.
bet all of them will pay us some scratch for that.
All right.
There's nothing else. And I'm definitely the one that got me specifically. I'm taking its head.
Okay.
We also.
What if 1,000 demon spiders baby spiders pour out of your body? Like, can I just cure you?
If you insist. But
We
what
have
about
three-
Monacan?
wait,
There's
but we have-
there's Monacan.
Yeah, no
as
matter
well.
what. That's why I thought he was saying not to do it, because we can only cure one anyway. So if they can survive long enough, then we know that depends on what the disease
Let's
is.
go with the search room idea because it's something we can do right now. We got 5
Yeah.
minutes left.
Yeah.
Like, even more higher priority than searching the room is getting the directions on these things, the one we came out of, and
Oh
all the
yeah,
rest.
let's get it. We'll have some people looking at the directions, some people searching. Let's multitask.
Okay.
So the one we stepped through was the northwestern one, right?
Yes.
And what are the directions on that one?
It goes to the northeast.
And that's the only one?
That is
Okay.
the only direction it goes, yeah.
Okay. And then the northeastern portal. Where does that one?
Yeah, you see a thing where it can point to the east or to the southeast, and it's currently oriented east.
Okay. And how about the central southern one?
It has no grooves, and the platform sits outside of any notch.
Oh.
There's no grooves.
Yeah, there's no groove. Yeah.
So there's no directions on it.
Nope.
That's what it sounds like.
When you search the room, you find that there are dead people here that these hunters between the planes have gathered over time and fed on. It seems perhaps maybe people from other worlds.
Okay, one question that I think you should address, which you're probably doing, but Flanagan, on each of these spots, mark the ingress teleporter.
You might not be able to hear.
Yeah, maybe not. Algar.
I'm probably not hearing anybody again. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's okay. Algar. Sorry. So, anyways, these bodies.
So that's the problem. I don't hear. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. These creatures probably have gathered people from even other worlds. You can even tell the skeletons seem a little bit different. This is something probably only Algar would know, but nonetheless. Although the denominations are strange, you find 122 gold pieces and 900 silver pennies. This is 90 pounds worth of... it'd be 110 pounds worth of stuff.
Ooh.
122 GP, 900 SP.
Sorry, what were you saying, Alaric?
No, when I didn't realize that see, if I keep covering the map, keeps covering my Discord, so I don't know when people are talking because I didn't hear it. That Flanagan is probably doing this already, but marking where we come in, so that way we know the path that
Yeah, I'll show you what I'm doing if you'd like. I'll just.
No, that's good.
Can we tell how they died?
Yeah, it looks like these giant tick beasts have sucked their innards out.
It'll be interesting.
You can see their skeletons are still in good shape, but we can also see here from the bodies are surprisingly well preserved. They were exsanguinated and dried out before they perished. They didn't have time to rot. That's why they're sort of mummified in the way that they are.
I see. Well, the good news is we know what was in this room before, and we'll learn a piece of data when we return here the next time, because if they're here again, this is a little, fishbowl world for us.
All right. Now, I know the intention is to return home, so I think there's a final thing left to do. Where do you go? Which teleporter?
Well, if we're returning home, what would you say? Flanagan?
Well, I guess let's just try stepping back on the one we just exited on. So the northwestern one, which can only point to the northeast.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And of course,
do you do this right away?
We'll wait 20 minutes, I guess.
You wait 20 minutes? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You step on it, 20 minutes. Boom. And you go back to the previous room. Where do you go next?
Do you all want to wait 20 minutes?
Yes.
Yes.
If we wait 20 minutes and then just step on the northern one, which we haven't.
We haven't moved it.
It points northeast and northwest, but it's unmoved on the northwestern position, and we'll step on that.
All right. Boom. You go into a new room, and there are several things that you see here because we're...
What?
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
And I think...
Shit. Oh my god, this is gonna make mapping treacherous. How the fuck?
Sleep.
So it's one-way portals sometimes, I guess. Sometimes.
Well...
Oh my god.
It's a directed graph.
Yeah, the portals have to be set. Oh, yeah.
So we went south to get to this room. but we went northwest to get out of this room, and there is no choice of setting it north. So no matter what, we're going to have to go through another room to return, is what it's going to look like.
Unless we try that central southern portal and it turns out it always goes to the same place no matter what. And that's
Maybe.
some sort of central thing.
Yep,
Two
we didn't
very
think of that.
large spiders attack. Now,
Oh, we hate
Yeah.
spiders.
there are two options right now. We can either end the session here, or you might get a clue where you might be able to get home, right? Like if you search the room, but you have to deal with the spiders first.
Let's do it. Let's do it. That's
you
my
know what?
vote.
If anybody's got to get up for work in the morning, that's the important thing. So if anybody's got to go, we're going to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I could do this one thing, but if it's leads to another one, I'm going to have to stop.
Well,
I have
yeah.
to. I have
Let's
to
do it this
so.
way. Let's do initiative right away. Tell me if you're casting spells. Father Bloombad, type
Yeah.
it in roll 20.
Sleep.
Okay, yeah, sleep. Go ahead and cast sleep. Roll for it and see what you get.
What are the hit dice?
They are 4 hit dice. And you got a 2. They're able to act first, so they're going to move up and attack either way.
Well, 4 hit dice gives me only one of them, so I pick the one that is. It doesn't matter; they get to attack first. But
Let's see, 7 plus
4 hit dice. Good God!
7 plus 4 does a 11 hit Alaric. I don't think so, right?
No, 16. Thank God.
This one attacks Father
Yeah.
Bloombad. I think that also misses, right? 6 plus 6 plus
Sure
4
hope
is
so.
10.
10, yeah.
Nice. All right, so you make one of them fall asleep. Everybody can try to beat up the other one if you want to try. Roll to hit.
No reason not to.
You can also roll for missile attacks and that would have occurred earlier in the round. Let's see.
Do 9 damage.
9 damage is 15.
I did 6 damage. And what's their AC?
Yeah.
Rollo probably missed.
Right. That does miss, but with your attack, you're able to slay it. Let's see. Monacan probably does the finishing touch.
All right.
He would have shot first, I think, since it
Yeah.
was.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, in that case, it would have been Alaric with the golden spear. Use it down.
I belly pick him up and throw him against the wall.
That was. It's good that you guys are a higher level because you can kill these things quickly if you have enough
Yeah.
spells. If you run
Yeah.
out of spells, though.
Yeah.
One hit from one of those things, you know.
Can
But
kill ya.
anyways, I'll tell you really
yeah.
quickly
Yeah,
so you all can make
Algar
decisions
looks
here.
like he knows that.
Mm-hmm.
The north teleporter only has 1 notch, and it
It
is
has-
pointing north. And it's pointing north. And the
Okay.
south teleporter has 2 notches. It's pointing southeast, and it has a notch to the south.
Right,
And it's
I have
currently
marked
pointing
it with
southeast.
chalk lines.
And he
That's
does the
great.
chalk things. Speaking of which, we did see the chalk in the room that we did pass through. The previous room to
Yeah.
this.
Good point. Yeah, you did see it. Yeah.
Okay. So, do you think we should move this thing? Okay, because it's got 2 notches, maybe we have to move it and get on it. Return.
All right, Ross, can you describe the room?
Sure. You have the 2 massive spiders. These things are gigantic. There's a bunch of spider webs. If they hadn't attacked as soon as you had come off the portal, or if Father Bloombad didn't have his holy symbol, you think that you would have got stuck in these webs actually. But there are two teleporters. They have the black walls, spider webs everywhere. There's nothing else of interest in this room. This one right here, there's only a single dial, and it points north.
Okay.
Right.
I just wanted to make sure,
this
because
one
you
right
said
here.
before.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I those parts I got. I just wanted to make sure there wasn't anything that the map wasn't showing us that was in part of the description. So,
Also, you see
Good.
2 hulking corpses in the eastern portion of the room,
Ooh, check them.
stuck up in the spider webs.
Well, let's check that for sure.
All right.
Poke.
They have these are huge. You've seen these things before. I think they're called. I can't remember what you called these things, but they look like hunched over hairy men, maybe. I think.
Hairy men.
Okay.
And they have massive armor that would look pretty useless to you, but pouches of things they've gathered. 4 diamonds you think worth at least 400 gold pieces each. And another pouch that has 112 gold pieces.
Okay. So basically, like our exits, we have 3 exits, and it's totally, we have no idea.
But here's the thing: if we're believing that the way it's being shown is indicative of relative positions, which may have nothing to do with this. Remember, we were going southeast, then we went northwest to return, and then we appeared somewhere we didn't expect. But remember, to get to that room where we didn't expect, we went south, but to leave, we went northwest. So if that's the case, maybe we want to go this way.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because we went south, and then this way. So maybe it's this way to get back to where we belong.
There's none that go that way, though.
Yeah,
Okay,
we
but
can
north
go-
is the closest.
Yeah.
Okay,
Let's try
there's
north.
south and north. Okay. North?
South feels bad. I don't like south.
South feels deeper.
Okay. One thing, the one thing that we've seen is that if there's only one notch,
Yeah.
it seems to go back.
Okay.
That
Maybe
that's may possibly a thing,
Oh, just lost
So
it.
let's do it.
Coming back.
but we don't have one with one notch. So I mean, if we take the northern one, that if that's the case, then it may at least will send us back here, right?
We'll see.
No, that's not true actually, because
The last one did not.
But
Oh,
we don't know any
no,
better.
One did. But that doesn't this is totally anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
We
go
don't know
on.
any better, and we started from the north. That's
Yeah.
why I vote to go northeast, but we don't have that choice, so let's go north.
Let's go north.
Okay.
go north.
All right.
Young man.
About 5 minutes has passed. Do you immediately go and step on the platform?
Yeah, we're waiting the 20
You're waiting 20 minutes?
altogether. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You step on the platform and whoosh, you appear back in the room where you started with the large platform.
Okay, so now map that puppy.
Oh, okay.
And with that, I think it's safe to say
We can get back.
Whoa.
that you
Yeah.
make it back
We
to
appear-
Kayla's Rest.
Where do we appear on the bottom?
Oh yeah, bottom or top one.
You appear on the bottom one, not on the
Oh,
Oh, okay.
that's fun. Well, anyway, that's the way we went out anyway, right?
Yep.
So we went out and okay. All right, that's for another time.
Yeah, once we see Caden, oh my God,
goodness.
Flanagan's amazing map, we'll have an idea of planning this stuff for 2 weeks
Yeah,
from now, maybe.
Like no sweat trying to map that, right, Jay? I mean, holy
It is
smokes.
so.
It's actually easy.
The first time I've had a headache thinking in a long time.
I'm sorry.
I feel like I actually have a headache.
That
What
is
I
the
would say-
adventure for the night.